Chapter 174. Faculty Dormitory, Area 1. Villa 8. MCMEU was indeed quite large. Fong Ping had spent most of his time on the road, running back and forth. He knocked on the door. After a while, Lu Fengru came to open the door while yawning. Fong Ping was actually a little curious. These middle-ranked and high-ranked martial artists all looked like they were not fully awake every day. Were they too busy, or were they too free? Lu Fengru saw Fong Ping and said casually, "You're here early. Didn't you spend more time with your family? Come back early and cultivate. Try not to embarrass your mentor." Lu Fengru did not believe his flowery words. With a wave of her hand, the cup on the coffee table flew into her hand. She drank a cup of tea and said, "If you have something to say, say it." Fong Ping's gaze fell on the cup in her hand. He could not help but ask, "Instructor, is this telekinesis?" "It's a kind of use of mental strength. Don't think too much about it. It's very far away from you." Lu Fengru did not explain much. She took another sip of tea and said, "Tell me, do you have any doubts about cultivation? Or something else? Now that I've entered rank 2, I should focus on honing my bones. Could it be that I'm thinking of cultivating some combat technique?" No. Fong Ping shook his head. In his heart, however, he was still thinking about the scene where Lu Fengru casually waved her hand, and the teacup appeared in her hand. "Tutor, could it be that grandmasters are able to fly on their swords like in the legends?" "Sword flight?" Lu Fengru sneered and said, "You're thinking too much. However, sword kinesis flight is still possible, but it won't last long. Just like your elevated stance, you can step into the air, but how many steps can you take?" A Grandmaster expert's use of mental strength mainly lies in his aura, spirit battle techniques, as well as his understanding of his body. "Is that so?" Fong Ping nodded slightly. He could not help but ask, "Instructor, are you going to enter the Grandmaster realm?" If Lu Fengru became a Grandmaster, then Fong Ping would earn big. Although the teachers weren't the students' parents, they would still benefit from having a Grandmaster as their teacher. At the very least, before you reach the Grandmaster realm, your mentor will be able to give you the most direct answers and guidance. Moreover, now that he had become a Grandmaster, just a little bit of power would be enough to fill him up. "It's still early." Lu Fengru denied that. She shook her head and said, "It's not that easy to become a Grandmaster. Right now, I'm only at the preliminary stage of exploring mentality. If I want to become a Grandmaster, I'll need at least 3 to 5 years. It'll depend on my luck." As she spoke, Lu Fengru changed the topic. "Let's not talk about this. You've become a rank 2 martial artist, so you should accumulate more credits. It was much harder for a rank 2 to overcome a rank 3 than a rank 1 to overcome a rank 2. Especially when they were at peak rank 2, they had completed honing their limbs. At this time, rank 3 honed their torso bones. How to connect the limbs and torso bones to form a circulatory system. This involved a lot of things. Without credits, you can only rely on yourself. With credits, the school can provide some assistance. Credits, Fong Ping felt a little helpless. His credits were 0, which meant that he had to continue carrying out missions. "By the way, do you have something to say or not? If you have something to say it quickly. I still need to catch up on sleep." Fong Ping was speechless. Just how tired were you that you had to sleep every day? Fong Ping did not delay any further. After some thought, he said, "It's like this, instructor. I want to set up an e-commerce platform to serve the students, but the school is worried that I'm not capable enough to shoulder the responsibility. That's why I need you to vouch for me." "You want me to vouch for you?" Lu Fengru raised her eyebrows. "What kind of e-commerce platform would require you to vouch for it?" Fong Ping gave a simple explanation. Lu Fengru listened and did not interrupt. When he was done, she suddenly said, "Are you really just doing this for this little bit of money?" "Instructor, I'm poor. I can't help it. Don't give me that. You're not thinking of expanding in the future and specializing in martial arts transactions, are you?" I advise you to give up on this idea. On one hand, the government has a monopoly on martial arts resources now. On the other hand, there are many benefits involved. You're just a rank 2 martial artist. I can't be a rank 2 forever," Fong Ping retorted. "Moreover, I just want to give it a try. If it doesn't work, I won't force it." "Instructor, I know that asking you to vouch for me will put you at some risk. However, I promise that as long as I can still make money, even if there are losses, I'll pay them back myself." Lou Finger glanced at him. After a while, she said, "Actually, vouching for you isn't a big problem. However, I have to remind you that, in my opinion, instead of wasting time on this and betting on an uncertain future, it's better to do more missions. That's what mediocre people think." Fong Ping blurted this out. Lou Finger glared at him and said impatiently, "If you say this out loud, you'll be beaten to death. Even if you die, don't come looking for me." What mediocre thinking! How many grandmasters had risen through the ranks by completing missions? Those who work with their minds govern others, and those who work with their bodies govern others, Fong Ping muttered. He did not want to be a pure martial artist. This kind of martial artist was very tiring. Lou Finger could not be bothered with him. After a moment of consideration, she said, "If you insist, then I can vouch for you. However, the prerequisite is that your cultivation progress must be able to keep up. If your cultivation is delayed because of this, you'll have to learn to give up. That's for sure. I won't do it myself. I'll just put in some effort in the early stages and leave the later stages to others. As long as you know." Lou Finger said a few words and said impatiently, "All right, I'll remember this. If there's nothing else, you can leave now." Fong Ping did not linger. He had just stood up when he suddenly sat down again. He asked sheepishly, "Instructor, did you watch the championship earlier?" "Yes. My battle with Fong Wenxiang was earth-shattering. I think Lou Finger." Lou Finger stared at him for a long time before saying, "I can vouch for you. Fong Wenxiang's reward is cancelled. You can choose one of them. Martial artists have always been fair trade. You can't expect me to be completely selfless and dedicated to you." Fong Ping, do you understand what I mean? Fong Ping looked helpless. "I knew it. However, compared to the guarantee of a rank 6 martial artist, a mere rank 1 like Fong Wenxiang was really not worth mentioning." Speaking of which, when Lou Finger equated the two, there was still a huge gap. In society, if a company wanted to seek the protection of a rank 6 powerhouse, the price they had to pay was also extremely shocking. Got it? Sorry to trouble you. And go ahead. Also, cultivate hard these days. Maybe soon, you guys will enter the catacombs. Fong Ping's footsteps stopped, but he did not ask any more questions. He strode out of the villa. In the next 2 days, while many people had not returned to school, Fong Ping negotiated with MCMAU while asking Li Qingze to build a platform. It was not difficult to build a platform. Moreover, Fong Ping was only planning to open the school's intranet in the beginning. He did not plan to open it outside the school. At least, before he found a martial artist to join him, he did not plan to accept orders from the outside. If he accepted it and lost it, he really could not afford to pay for it. However, there was some disagreement on the school's side about letting couriers enter the school. Fong Ping made a few trips. In the end, Old Man Li's suggestion was, "You can find some students to do it." Fong Ping pulled a long face. "You think I haven't thought about it?" The key was that MCMAU students were too F***ing expensive. There were no other faculties in the school. They were all martial science students. The price of letting these people do part-time jobs was too high. Old Man Li looked like he expected better from Fong Ping. He said disdainfully, "Are you stupid? Aren't you the strongest among the new students now? Create a club on your own in the name of exchanging martial arts. Many of the new students are not martial artists yet. When they see that you're a rank 2 martial artist and the strongest among the new students, they'll gladly join if they have the chance. If you make money, share some with them. If you don't, you'll just hire people to work for free. Can't you sway these students? They don't care about the small stuff either. Set up an internal contribution system. Whoever has a high contribution, give some benefits and some guidance. Also, sway them. Tell them that they can take the opportunity to get in touch with rank 3 and rank 4 martial artists, and even rank 5 martial artists. Think about it. If you're asked to run errands now, you might be able to get close to rank 4 or 5 seniors and learn something. Would you agree? Not everyone has a rank 6 instructor, and not all students are like you, who have already entered rank 2. More than half of the new students are not martial artists. Will there be no one doing this? Fong Ping was shocked. The old man was even more cunning than he was. He was still thinking about paying his salary, but the old man had even saved his salary. Although MCMU was not small, even if the platform was opened, it could only accept a few hundred orders a day. That was the current limit. If he really let the students do it, it would be a piece of cake for 10 students to complete it. Instructor, is it appropriate to do this? Fong Ping looked like he was tempted, but he was also a little embarrassed. Old Manly snorted and said indifferently, I'm just saying, it's up to you whether you want to do it or not. That? Instructor, what you said makes sense. We should help the students who are lagging behind. We should help each other so that they can become martial artists as soon as possible. Fong Ping was righteous. He felt that he needed to help the students who were lagging behind. As the strongest among the new students, he might soon become the strongest in MCMAU. He should create a good cultivation environment for these students. With the thought of doing everyone's good, Fong Ping went to the Martial Arts Society. Students had to register at the Martial Arts Society to register for a club. Martial Arts Society. Upon hearing Fong Ping's name, the club member who had received Fong Ping gave him a slightly surprised look. Fong Ping had some fame in the Martial Arts Society. In addition to the championship, he was quite famous in the university. Society name? Mutual Love Society. I got it. MCMU Mutual Love Society. I got it. The strongest society. I got it. Fong Ping was speechless. After a while, he said, Ping Yuan Society? No. Are you sure you want to use this? Fong Ping fell into deep thought. Then, he said seriously, I'll use this. Clubs can be registered, but they can't disrupt the order of the university. Also, clubs can't force students to join. Otherwise, the Martial Arts Society will deal with it. Also, let me remind you, if you form a club, be careful of being challenged. Challenge the dojo. I'm not opening a martial arts school. Nonsense. When a club is formed, the university will allocate some space and office space for you. Also, the club can receive some public funds from the Martial Arts Society every year. Of course, not everyone can form a club. You didn't do a review. It's not that you don't want to, but because you contributed to the university during the championship, you can form a club by default. If you're challenged, when your club has less than 10 members, you'll be disqualified. Of course, there are no such requirements for the first 3 months. After 3 months, the club will be disqualified if you have less than 10 members in the Martial Arts Society assessment. After 3 months, Fong Ping breathed a sigh of relief. He nodded and said, Got it. Can I recruit members now? Wait, I'll bring you to see the space we've allocated for you. Also, you can come to the Martial Arts Society every month to collect 50,000 in membership fees. Fong Ping was delighted. 50,000 a month was not a small amount. MCMU was rich, but there were not many clubs in the university. There were only 100 or so at most. The university could afford tens of millions a year. After all, forming a club was also a manifestation of teamwork. MCMU actually encouraged students to work together in groups. The Martial Arts Society member quickly led Fong Ping to a building. He said, The university's clubs are all here. The members of a newly formed club are not fixed, so the space is not too big. When you have more than 100 members, you can apply for a change. As he spoke, he brought Fong Ping to an office. He opened the door and said, You'll be here for now. It's quite big. Fong Ping was speechless. It was bigger than the office he rented at Distance Company. There were some simple office desks and chairs. There was also a lot of paper scraps, but there was not much dust. If it's possible, I can even treat this as a branch. Fong Ping muttered to himself for a while, but the people from the Martial Arts Society ignored him. They showed him around the place and said, 3 months later, the Martial Arts Society will review your member list. If there are less than 10 people, the venue will be taken back, including the group fees paid earlier. Do as you see fit. You can recruit members now. All right. Thank you. You're welcome. After leaving those words behind, the man left right away. Fong Ping also heard people in the offices around him asking the person if there was a new club being formed. Fong Ping did not listen to what they were talking about. He was an empty club president now. Who would be so free as to challenge him? Everything is ready. All I need is one last thing. I'll recruit some new students and trick them into working for me for free. Once the platform is built, I can officially start working. Fong Ping did not think about earning money in the beginning. However, once everyone accepted the platform and the university felt the benefits, Fong Ping could try to earn some profit from it. If the university gives me a 10% discount, that'll be great, Fong Ping thought happily. As for whether there was any hope, that would depend on the situation. If the platform really became the mainstream for students to exchange, it might not be impossible to free up a few middle and high-rank combatants. Skyscrapers rise from the ground. Sooner or later, martial arts resources in Sino Nation, and even the whole world, will be transferred from me, Fong Ping. Fong Ping was filled with pride. He wanted to be the world's biggest middleman, no, a distributor. Chapter 175. The New Students' Dormitory Area. Fong Ping borrowed a table from the management office and looked around. Suddenly, he saw a familiar face and shouted quickly, "Hey, little fatty!" Guosheng was dragging a huge suitcase. He looked up and saw Fong Ping, looking slightly confused. "Hey, old Guosheng, right?" Fong Ping had almost forgotten the other person's name. Now, he finally remembered. After greeting him, Fong Ping asked with a smile, "Do you know me?" Guosheng nodded blankly. Of course, he knew him. How could he not know him? Someone had beaten him up before. Of course, he had watched the championship a few days ago. How could he not be familiar with the MCMEU captain? Come. Did you just get back to school? Yes. How was the new year? I see that you've put on some weight. Put on weight? Guosheng was a little dejected. He said softly, "I didn't eat much." Fong Ping did not care if he was fat or not. He smiled and said, "I'm rank 2 now." Ah. Guosheng was still confused. "You're rank 2. Why did you have to tell me?" After a semester, Guosheng's vitality had reached more than 150 calories. However, MCMEU's instructors advised everyone to nurture their vitality to the limit. He felt that he had not reached his limit yet, so he was not a martial artist yet. Guosheng was a little envious when he heard Fong Ping say that he was rank 2. "I'll probably be peak rank 2 next month." Ah. As for me, it's possible that I'll be rank 3 or even rank for this semester. When I graduate in my senior year, I'll be at least rank 5 or 6. Is there a grandmaster in your family? No. Your father is only rank 1, right? What about your grandfather? My grandfather passed away, Guosheng answered honestly. So, your father is the strongest in your family? No. My mother is a rank 3 martial artist. Fong Ping was stunned, but he did not mind. He laughed and said, "No matter what, I have a bright future ahead of me. Do you agree?" Guosheng did not understand why Fong Ping was showing off to him, but he still nodded honestly. "Yes. The instructor said that you're a genius with both strength and brains in our batch. That's why a genius like me has formed a club. I'm recruiting comrades who share the same ideals. We'll fight and explore together for our martial arts. Will you join?" Society? Guosheng was at a loss again. "I've just returned to school. Why am I suddenly being dragged into a club by Fong Ping? Am I that outstanding?" In MCMU, there were many societies. However, the Martial Arts Society had only recruited a few new students. The other clubs also recruited martial artists. As for aspiring martial artists like them, unless they were twice honed, no one would bother with them at all. Now, Fong Ping wanted him to join the club. Guosheng was dumbfounded for a moment before he asked hesitantly, "Do I have to collect money?" If it's too expensive, I don't have much money now." Fong Ping was instantly enraged and scolded. "Am I, Fong Ping, such a person? Students, if you are passing by, please stop to take a look and listen." These 2 days were the start of the semester. Most students would return to school during these 2 days. This referred to the new students. At this moment, Fong Ping was blocking the only way to the new students area. In just a short while, 8 or 9 people had already surrounded him. Fong Ping saw that more and more people were gathering, and he said loudly, "In MCMEU, only martial artists are valued and regarded as true MCMEU students. However, for us freshmen, becoming a martial artist is not easy. There are nearly 1,600 students in grade 08. Until now, less than 500 of them have become martial artists. Martial arts are hard, but it's even harder for the weak. Are aspiring martial artists worse than martial artists? Not necessarily. Of those who can enter MCMAU, who is not a genius? Who is not favored by the heavens? Why are we improving so slowly? On one hand, we don't have enough resources. Our families are poor. We fought our way into MCMAU from thousands of students, but because our families are not as good as others, we can only lag behind and have to put in more effort. On the other hand, we started late. Plus, we don't have high-ranked instructors and high-ranked parents to guide us. I don't mean to look down on any instructor, but there are so many of us. His instructor leads dozens of students. Does he have time to explain to us one by one? That's why we have to improve ourselves. Following Fong Ping's roar, the onlookers increased. In the dormitory area nearby, many people had opened their windows. Some even went downstairs and surged over. Seeing this, Fong Ping suddenly jumped onto the table and said loudly, "Students, let me ask you, are you willing? Are you willing to graduate as a rank 1 martial artist? Are you willing to lag behind others for the rest of your life? Are you willing to be inferior to others today and tomorrow? Are you willing?" Fong Ping roared, his voice echoing throughout the dormitory area. At this moment, even some of the older students heard his words. Many people had gathered around the windows of each dormitory area. Fong Ping roared. Seeing that no one was cheering him on, he secretly cursed his mistake and could not help but glare at Guosheng. Guosheng was no longer stupid. Seeing this, he suddenly roared with his ears red, "I'm not willing! I'm not willing!" There were also some aspiring martial artists who could not hold it in anymore and shouted, "If you're not willing, then what should we do? We need to improve ourselves." How do we improve ourselves? It's better to rely on ourselves than others. I, Fong Ping, am a grade 08 student. I don't have a family background, but I relied on my own efforts to become the strongest among the new students. Does anyone not admit it? Does anyone not accept it? Today, I've entered rank 2. This semester, I, Fong Ping, will definitely enter rank 3 and strive for rank 4. Not just the new students. After freshman year, I'll challenge the president of the Martial Arts Society. I'll put these words here. I, Fong Ping, can also take the position of president of the Martial Arts Society. As soon as Fong Ping said this, a senior suddenly sneered and said, "President Zhang is now rank 4. Fong Ping raised his head abruptly and shouted, "Cut the crap. You can't, but that doesn't mean I can't. Stop talking nonsense with me. If you're not willing, come down. We'll fight in the arena." You. The senior upstairs was embarrassed into anger. The person beside him tugged at him. He really wanted to go down. The one downstairs had entered rank 2. Who knew how many bones he had honed now? Although this person was also rank 2, he had just entered rank 2. However, rank 2 martial artists were not the same. MCMU's Fong Ping had no opponents in the championship. It was not like there were no rank 2 martial artists at that time. Fong Ping did not provoke him. He continued, "I was born ordinary, but I've never given up on my dreams. One day, I, Fong Ping, can become a grandmaster too. I hope that one day, everyone can become a grandmaster. However, this requires us to constantly improve ourselves. Today, I, Fong Ping, will establish the Ping Yuan Club and open our doors to recruit talents. Those who have the desire to improve themselves, those who have the will to fight, and those who are pursuing martial arts, regardless of background or rank, we will not reject anyone. Of course, we have limited manpower in the early stages, so we'll have to limit it slightly. We'll only recruit new students, with a limit of 100. Don't ask me what benefits there are in joining the club. If there aren't any benefits, everyone can discuss martial arts together, share experiences, and strive for a common goal. I'll provide some small opportunities for everyone to interact with some high-ranked seniors. Whether or not you can learn anything from your seniors, that depends on your own ability. From now on, the Ping Yuan Club is officially recruiting new members. Those who are willing, come and fill in the form. Those who are not, I won't force you." Having said that, Fong Ping glared at Guosheng. Little fatty, why aren't you cheering me on? Guosheng was actually a little excited at this moment. Fight together for your dreams. One day, everyone can become a grandmaster. He did not expect Fong Ping to have such lofty aspirations. The next moment, Guosheng shouted, I want to join. All right, count you in. I, Fong Ping, don't care about your background. We martial artists should strive to improve ourselves. Outside the crowd, Fu Changding and the others had just returned. Seeing the situation, they were all dumbfounded. What was going on? Not only did Fong Ping suddenly establish a club, but he was also accepting everyone. From what he said, he was even recruiting aspiring martial artists. What was he trying to do? If he wanted to select future catacombs teams, he should be looking for people from the special training classes. If that was not the case, then why was he doing it? Was it really like what he said? Was it purely to help everyone, to strive for self-improvement and to gather for their dreams? Did Fong Ping have a fever during the new year? Fu Changding muttered. Zhao Xuemei, who had just arrived, was also surprised. Isn't he afraid of trouble? Why did he suddenly start a club? Who knows? Yang Xiaoman shook her head, then said dejectedly, he's already ranked 2. Fu Changding said happily, I'm ranked 2 too. Yang Xiaoman snorted. She had just recovered from the injuries she had sustained during the championship. Rank 2 would take a few more days. After chatting for a while, Fu Changding suddenly asked, Are we joining? Why would we join? I suspect that Fong Ping has an ulterior motive. There might be benefits to it. Do you think he'll join something that doesn't benefit him? As soon as he said that, everyone had a look of agreement on their faces. Fong Ping had always kept a low profile when it came to things that did not benefit him. There were benefits such as the assignment of instructors at the start of the semester, the selection of class monitors for the special training classes, the reward for being the first during special training missions. Fong Ping did not miss out on any of these things. As for the usual activities, clubs, and class committee elections, Fong Ping did not participate in any of them. Would this guy participate if there were no benefits? Now that they were recruiting members with such great fanfare, they wouldn't believe that there wasn't something fishy going on. Yang Xiaoman suddenly said, 2 days ago, he sold me a batch of pills for about 20 million. Is it related to this? Damn, he sold another 20 million? Fu Changding was stunned. After a while, he said, this guy is really capable. This semester, he probably sold pills for 40 to 50 million. Can he represent the students from poor families? Yang Xiaoman complained. Was there anyone who came from such a poor family? She had foolishly believed his nonsense last time and willingly forked out 19.3 million in the end. She must have been muddle-headed. It must be because her injuries had not healed yet. MCMEU's newcomer, Wang Fongping, had established the Pingyuan Club and was recruiting members with no restrictions. The news spread quickly in the dormitory area. Even the instructors in the staff dormitory were watching the commotion. With such a big fanfare, was it going to stir up trouble? Fong Ping even made a threat. Challenging the president of the Martial Arts Society, Zhang Yu, was also big news. Rank for martial artists were really not cabbages. In MCMU, rank for martial artists were not rare, but they were rare. Most of them were not in school, and there were less than 5 rank for students on campus. If Fong Ping really defeated Zhang Yu as a freshman, he would not be the top student in MCMAU, but he would at least be ranked high in the school. Dean's office in the School of Weaponry. Huang Jing received the news very quickly. He could not help but laugh. He looked at Tang Feng and said, "We thought he was not brave enough, but he immediately shocked you with his radical approach. You dare to challenge the president of the Martial Arts Society as a freshman?" Tang Feng was also stunned. He asked curiously, "Why did he establish a club?" "I don't know." As soon as he said that, Huang Jing suddenly thought of something. He smiled and said, "He wants to build a platform to serve the school's logistics department. Did you know?" Yes. Previously, the school did not allow outsiders to enter the campus. He didn't mention it and just let it go. Could it be that he's running errands for others? Ah, do you understand now? Oh, I was wondering. Tang Feng was speechless. He did not know whether to laugh or cry. He said, This kid said it so righteously that I almost believed it. I thought he was really thinking about those aspiring martial artists. How should I say this? No one can predict what will happen in the future. If he really succeeds, he might return the favor to these members. So, let's just wait and see. Moreover, if someone is fooled by him, it's because they're not smart enough. Gaining more experience in school is better than being fooled by outsiders. It's also better than being fooled in the catacombs and dying without even knowing how. That's true. A school does need sinister people like this, just like the vice-chancellor. Cough, cough. Huang Jing coughed. Was Lion Tang's brain muddle? If someone heard this, they would teach him a lesson. Fong Ping's establishment of the Ping Yuan Club spread like wildfire. At this moment, Fong Ping was not done yet. Seeing that many people were filling in the forms, Fong Ping counted for a while and suddenly shouted, "We have enough members." I'm sorry. Those who didn't join this time won't have the chance to join in the near future. I hope that one day, you won't regret your choice. As for those who have filled in the forms, I don't know how many of you will persevere and work hard for your dreams. However, since you have the courage to take the first step, I still have to say congratulations. There was a slight commotion in the crowd. When Fong Ping said that they would not regret it, some had complicated expressions, some scoffed, and those who had filled in the forms did not know whether to be happy or not. All right, everyone can leave now. In the next 2 days, pay attention to the news on your phones. We'll have a club gathering. Everyone should get to know each other. I hope that soon, the Ping Yuan Club will become the second club in school. Let everyone see that as long as we have a dream, there's nothing we can't achieve. Fong Ping brainwashed them for a while and sent them away, a smile on his face. Everything went smoothly. Soon, 100 members were recruited. There was no need for more. Just half of them would be enough. They would be divided into 5 shifts, 1 shift every 5 days. That should be enough. He was looking at the information when Fu Changding, who was beside him, said angrily, "I applied. Why didn't I join?" Fong Ping glanced at him, then at Yang Xiaoman and the others who were equally angry. He curled his lips and said, "You can't take hardship. You're all rich young masters and ladies. I won't serve you." "You!" Fu Changding was annoyed. "Are you looking down on us?" Fong Ping snorted and said, "How about this? Go and beat up the senior who mocked me just now, and I'll accept you into the club." Fu Changding, Yang Xiaoman, Zhao Xuemei. Everyone was stunned. Just how narrow-minded was this fellow? That person had only said 1 sentence, and Fong Ping had retorted. That person did not dare to say anything. But now he was encouraging Fu Changding to beat him up. Looking at the stunned crowd, Fong Ping shook his head and sighed as he walked. That's how family members are. That's why I didn't recruit you, lest you ruin the Ping Yuan Club's culture. As the president, I can't even ask you to do such a small thing. How can I trust you with my back one day? Comrade, whether it's right or wrong, you have to be on my side first. That's my comrade. It's a pity that you don't meet my requirements. Fong Ping's tone was regretful. Beside him, a member who had just joined the club said excitedly, "The president is right. Martial artists of my generation should be like this." "Like my ass." Fu Changding and the others cursed in their hearts. "Are you an idiot? You actually took Stingy Fong's words seriously. How much can he really give you?" Chapter 176. Fong Ping returned to the dormitory and was just about to sit down and look at the application form when there was a knock on his door. He opened the door and saw Fu Changding and the others. Fong Ping said impatiently, "What now?" "I'm busy." "Fong Ping, tell me, why did you set up a club?" Fu Changding looked curious and said, "Don't worry. We promise we won't tell anyone." I said, "Because we all have the same dream, and we are fighting for it. What else do you want to know? I'd be a fool to believe you." As Fu Changding spoke, he winked and said, "To be honest, your club is too weak. I took a look just now. There are only a few martial artists, and they're all small fries. Let us join. At least we can help you keep up appearances." "Do you have nothing better to do?" Fu Changding ignored him. Zhao Xuemei, on the other hand, was more sincere. She said softly, "Fong Ping, We spent too much last semester. Our families can't support us anymore. Everyone is looking for ways to earn money. If you have such connections, how about giving us a hand? These people had indeed consumed a lot of energy last semester. Even if the school gave them rewards later on, these credits would be used up very quickly when they rushed to rank 1 and rank 2 and change their weapons. If he wanted to continue improving, he would have to rely on himself. Big families sometimes brought more trouble. Could Fu Changding's grandfather waste all the Fu family's resources on this grandson? Fu Changding had 7 or 8 uncles and aunts, as well as cousins, which added up to 40 or 50 people. If a person were to spend 100 million a year, that would be a few billion. No matter how rich one was, one would not be able to support it. Fong Ping was speechless. You're thinking too much. I've already said that it's just a mutual aid society. Where did you guys get all these ideas from? Really? It's up to you whether you believe me or not. I'm busy, so I won't see you out. Although Fu Changding and the rest were puzzled, they did not ask any further after some thought. Just as they were about to leave, Fong Ping suddenly said, "Actually, it's not that I can't accept you into the club, but once you're in the club, you'll have to contribute to the club. Can you do that?" What do you mean by contribution? In the future, if there are any challengers or troublemakers, you guys will be responsible for dealing with them. Also, you can help to answer some of the questions the freshmen have about the martial Dao. When the club is officially established and on the right track, all of you will be great heroes and founding members. You may even get the right to allocate resources from the school. Just like the martial arts club, when I founded the club, I had the same thought in mind. The martial arts club was now occupied by the older students. When will we, the new students, be able to stand out? So, I'm going to start anew. Why did these words sound so fake? Was there a need to start anew? Did they think they were stupid? However, curiosity killed the cat. After some consideration, they all nodded in agreement. As he watched them leave, Fong Ping curled his lips and muttered, "Idiot. I have no choice but to accept labor that's delivered to my doorstep." Having said that, Fong Ping continued reading the information. February 9th, the Lantern Festival. Fong Ping held the first Ping Yuan Club meeting in his office in the club building. Compared to the first day, the office was much cleaner and tidier. There were also some computers and chairs. Students, today is the first general assembly of our club since its establishment. Today, including me, there are a total of 108 members. This is a good number. In the future, we will be the 108 founding members of the Ping Yuan Club and also the 108 Grandmaster martial artists in the future. We still have to dream. Becoming a Grandmaster is not impossible. The Ping Yuan Club doesn't have many rules. Everyone is equal, and we're all here for martial arts. But nothing can be accomplished without rules. Levels exist at all times. In martial arts universities, we don't care about anything else. The strength of a martial artist is what we've always been pursuing. With this as our foundation, we have the motivation to continue improving. I, Fong Ping, will be the president. One day, if there's someone more suitable and stronger than me, I will step down and give up my position. In the Ping Yuan Club, I hope that everyone will abide by some of the rules I've set. This way, the club can help each other and improve together. Some of the people below the stage curled their lips. Fong Ping glanced at them. Unsurprisingly, Fu Changding and the others were troublemakers. He did not know if letting them in was a good or bad thing. Fong Ping made a mental note of this. He would deal with them later. I'm going to announce a piece of good news. The school is going to be reforming soon, and I've applied for a great opportunity for everyone. The school has decided to adopt an online distribution system for resources. In other words, students do not have to go to the logistics department to exchange resources. Instead, they can use an online e-commerce platform to make the connection. In this process, some students will be willing to contribute and help with the distribution. Isn't that a delivery man? Someone muttered. Fong Ping immediately scolded, "Nonsense. Use your brains and think about it. Are seniors who have credits to exchange for resources weaklings? Those are rank 3 or even rank for seniors who have completed missions. If you're a delivery man, can you deliver goods to martial artists' houses every day? It's just a matter of walking within the school grounds. Many people have fought for this opportunity, but none of them got it. It was me who found the dean and hoped that he would give us newcomers a chance. Only then did the dean agree to let us try. This opportunity is not available to everyone. The school doesn't need so many people. In our club, only 50 people have the chance to become a member. It's not just students. Instructors will exchange resources too. They will also order them online. You can imagine how rare this opportunity is. If a student goes to the instructor to deliver something, the instructor will take a liking to him and give him a few pills. You'll be rich. Think about it. Is there such a possibility? When you go to the instructor, if you have a little doubt, you can't even enter the faculty dormitory area. Now that you can go in and ask the instructor some questions, will the instructor reject you? Initially, the school was worried that the students would mess things up. They were also worried that the students would not be able to resist the temptation. So they asked the participating students to pay a $5 million deposit. It was me who asked my instructor, Instructor Lou Fengru, to vouch for us. She said that there would not be such people among MCMU students. I asked a peak rank 6 instructor to vouch for us. Do you know how much the club has sacrificed for this opportunity? Now, if there are still people who think that this opportunity is unimportant and embarrassing, you can say no. Really, I'm still worried about what to do if there are too many people. 50 people will be divided into 5 classes. Everyone will come out according to the class schedule. 5 days in a shift. As for the others, I can only say that if there's a chance in the future, I'll let you participate. Now, you have to seize the opportunity yourself. The MCMU students were not stupid. Although what Fong Ping said was not entirely correct, they had to admit that the probability was still there. They were all aspiring martial artists. To be honest, they were not very eye-catching in MCMAU. The instructors did not value them, and the seniors ignored them. Taking a day out of a week to try their luck was not a bad idea. Fu Changding and the others looked at each other. Online order? What role did Fong Ping play in this? Was he really fighting for an opportunity for everyone? However, there did not seem to be many places where there were benefits, right? Delivering pills to the seniors and running a few steps was really not a big deal, not to mention the instructors. Usually, they could not even fawn over them. This was the norm. Not everyone was like Fong Ping and the others, achieving rank 2 in a semester. Fong Ping did not care about them. He continued, also, other than the shift every 5 days, everyone can take some time out to come to the club. If there are any cultivation questions that you do not understand or any doubts about, we will answer them. Students who participate in the delivery, even if they do not get any benefits from the seniors and instructors, as long as they do well, the club will give them certain rewards and preferential policies. For example, in the future, the club may introduce some targeted preferential exchange programs. Other people exchange 30 credits for a body honing pill. Our club members may only need 28 credits or even 27 credits. Normal vitality pills are 3 credits per pill. We may give everyone 30 credits for 11 pills. This is the benefit that I bring to everyone. Don't think that it's insignificant. Ask yourselves, how much money can we save after accumulating it over time? When I said that I would let you all grow together, it was not an empty promise. At this moment, the crowd was already in an uproar. If what Fong Ping said was true, then the benefits of joining the club were too great. As for Fong Ping, he was already considering how much of a discount the school would give him if he accepted the club members' credits and bought pills in bulk. Although the school did not have to sell the pills, the school's credits were not given out for fun. For MCMEU, credits meant many things. Taking back the credits from students and forcing them to earn more credits was something that the school had been doing all along. Only after spending all the credits would the students have the motivation to accept missions and strive to become stronger. Therefore, when a large amount of credits flowed back to the school would not mind giving them a discount. Old Man Lee had always wanted to take all of Fong Ping's credits. It was actually a form of pressure, forcing Fong Ping to accept missions, complete missions, become stronger, and work hard. This kind of behavior was done subtly, so the students did not feel much about it. At this moment, Fu Changding and the others were tempted. Yang Xiaoman asked, Fong Ping, call me president. Young Xiaoman was exasperated. Was he putting on airs just like that? Can the club really buy pills at a discount? Yes, but like I said, the students must perform well. If it's just to get into the club and earn some benefits, then sorry, no. Young Xiaoman rolled her eyes. What are you staring at me for? Who are you talking about? But delivering packages. Before she could finish, Fong Ping interrupted her. You martial artists are not responsible for delivering goods. Leave the opportunity to your brothers and sisters who have yet to become martial artists. Your performance will depend on 3 things. First, the 2 of you will work in shifts. Every day, there must be 2 martial artists in charge of the club. You will be responsible for answering everyone's questions. Second, if other clubs cause trouble, you will be responsible for dealing with it. If you can't handle it, come to me. Third, in the future, when everyone becomes stronger, we may assign some club missions. Club missions are mainly targeted at the seniors who have left the school. Some of them are doing their internships locally, some are doing their internships in enterprises, and some are carrying out missions in various places. At this time, once they order resources through the website, if we have the idea, we can let martial artists escort them to deliver the resources. This is a training mission. It's not too difficult, and we can also learn from these high-ranked seniors. Also, the mission will reward credits. Fong Ping had already thought it through. In the future, once he started accepting orders from the outside, he would not take a cut. Instead, he would take some extra credits as a delivery fee. Fong Ping could get these credits himself and exchange them for money to give to the martial artists who did the missions. He could also not interfere and not take a cut, letting the martial artists complete the missions voluntarily. Of course, this was the early stages. In the later stages, there must be a plan and constraints. He could not rely on the students to do everything. At this moment, some students were already guessing what kind of role Fong Ping was playing. It sounded nice, but in reality, he was still acting as a courier. Could it be that this website had something to do with Fong Ping? Or was Fong Ping taking a cut from it? No matter how they thought about it, this was indeed an opportunity for them. Aspiring martial artists did not have the chance to take on missions and earn credits. Even Rank 1 martial artists who had just entered Rank 1 did not have the right to come into contact with the mission system. Fong Ping tried his best to convince everyone to slowly accept the club's upcoming main mission. When it was time to sign up for the delivery, other than a few people, most of them signed up. Fong Ping did not choose all of them. He eliminated those who did not look like much and looked unreliable. This was to give everyone the impression that there was an admission system. Not everyone could participate, and it was a rare opportunity. Finally, Fong Ping assigned the club's roles. Zhou Yuehong, you will be the club office director. Choose a few people to handle the orders. The order processing will be handled by Distance's e-commerce platform, but they will send the processed orders to us, and we will arrange for people to deliver them. At this time, the office needs to be allocated. This is also a chance to gain experience, at least for the girls who want to enter the enterprise or the government in the future. It's a rare opportunity. Usually, no enterprise will give you the chance to make decisions and make arrangements for things. Guosheng, you will be the head of the public relations department. The so-called public relations department was, in fact, the courier delivery department. They needed to find someone who looked honest, down-to-earth, and willing to work. The little fatty looked honest and down-to-earth. His strength was passable among the aspiring martial artists, so he could be a role model. Fu Chanding, you will be the vice president. You will be in charge of the communication between the club and the school, as well as between clubs. Also, you will be in charge of the collection of pills and weapons, along with a few martial artists, in case of accidents. Do you have any objections? Fu Chanding thought for a while and asked, Are you busy? It's all right. You're not the only one in charge. There's no harm in experiencing more now. All right then, I agree. Zhao Xuemei, you will be the head of the External Operations Department. The External Operations Department? Everyone was dumbfounded. There was such a department in the club? Of course. Didn't I tell you? In the future, the club might accept some missions from the outside world. We need to select strong martial artists to participate. That's the External Operations Department. In general, the club has just been established. The department setup is simple. The office, the public relations department, and the external operations department. The office will be in charge of internal business, internal missions. The public relations department will be in charge of external missions. The operations department will be in charge of external missions. What about me? Yang Xiaoman could not help but ask. Was he not going to give her an official position, even if it did not have much value? You? Fong Ping frowned slightly. After a moment of consideration, he said, if it's you, you will be in charge of the internal supervision department. This is a very important department. It's in charge of evaluating the efficiency of each department, their service attitude, and the overall evaluation of instructors and seniors. The evaluation of the members will be based on this, and the club will give out rewards. This is the embodiment of the club's prosperity. Everyone is not here to pass the time, but to truly improve. Also, you will be in charge of internal martial arts teaching. This is also a way to reflect on your own martial arts. What about you? Me? Fong Ping said impatiently. I will be in charge of the overall situation and fighting for benefits for everyone. Isn't that enough? The club needs unity, and at the same time, it needs powerhouses to set an example for everyone, a spiritual pillar. Other than me, do you think it's up to you? My task is more important than yours, but for the sake of everyone's improvement, I will do it without hesitation. Fong Ping's mouth was dry from all the talking. At this moment, even he was beginning to believe it. Yes, I am fighting for everyone's benefit. I have no selfish motives. Although I did not give everyone a salary, when a group of students is talking about contribution, what salary is there to talk about? At most, I will treat everyone to a meal once a week. Talking about money will hurt the relationship between students. Does anyone still have any doubts? Everyone expressed that they did not. If there are no doubts, then let's start allocating people. The choice of which department to join must be based on the principle of voluntary participation. Those who did not manage to join the public relations department can choose to join other departments. Everyone can contribute to the building of the club together. I want everyone to know that powerhouses are strong because they are hardworking and motivated, and not because of their family background. The president is right. As long as we work hard, we can definitely surpass those rich second generations. Little fatty Guosheng's face was full of excitement. He had become an official. Among a group of martial artists, he, an aspiring martial artist, had become an official. The president was right. Everyone had to rely on their own hard work. Fong Ping gave the little fatty a thumbs up. Not bad. At least I managed to trick you into becoming a lame person. My decision to make you the delivery captain was not in vain. After drinking a glass of water, Fong Ping's mouth was dry. However, seeing the company's branch, the club gradually forming, and the hundreds of free martial artists and aspiring martial artists, Fong Ping was overjoyed. If these people really went out to work, their annual salaries would probably be calculated in the tens of millions. Now, it was only a matter of a few words. Fong Ping could not afford to hire rank 2 martial artists like Fu Changding and the others. Now they had become free thugs. How delightful! Fu Changding and the others shuddered. They felt that something was not right. It seemed like they had fallen into a trap. However, at this moment, the passion and sense of honor of founding a new club stirred some of the new students. It was not the time for students to be calculative about benefits. Many university enterprises had been started out of passion. As for the salary, what was that? Looking at the lively office, where everyone was discussing what they should do next, Fong Ping sighed again. Now, all he had to do was wait for the money. The most important thing for him was to improve his strength. He would leave the trivial matters to them. As long as his strength was not surpassed, the club would act according to his will. Chapter 177. Fong Ping did not care too much about the club's development. Currently, it was just delivering packages on campus. This was no trouble for a group of elite university students. Fong Ping did not need to be too formal. In reality, it was difficult to restrict these students. They were not his employees and did not receive wages from him. Currently, they were doing things based on their passion. Too many restrictions and constraints were not a good thing. On February 14th, after a period of preparation, Distance's e-commerce platform opened MCMAU's resource exchange. In the beginning, Fong Ping did not charge any fees. He exchanged directly online, and the students delivered the goods to his door. Some students were in a rush. Many spent a few credits to exchange for a normal vitality pill and waited for it to be delivered to their door. Many people tried it, and the platform received hundreds of orders that day. The effect was not bad. Although everyone was still a little worried in the beginning and did not dare to exchange in large quantities, it was a good start. That night, Fong Ping treated everyone. This time, Fong Ping spent a lot of money. He used the first month's group fee, 50,000 yuan, to treat everyone. There were 100 people, and he treated 10 tables. For these students who had yet to become martial artists, a banquet of 5,000 yuan per table was definitely of a high class. Fu Changding and the others could not believe it. Was Fong Ping really willing to spend so much money? As for the group fee, they did not know. Currently, only the office director, Zhou Yuehong, knew that the school had allocated the group fee. Everyone else thought that Fong Ping had paid for it personally. After the meal, no one got drunk like normal university students. Martial artists, especially aspiring martial artists, almost never touched alcohol or tobacco. Some martial artists did not care about this. At the martial artist stage, alcohol and tobacco were not considered taboo. However, alcohol had the effect of numbing the nerves. In order to maintain a clear mind, there were not many martial artists who smoked or drank. Without the table culture, the aftermath was much simpler. All they had to do was go home and look for their mothers. On the road outside the school, looking at the red wine, the green lights, and the young couples outside, everyone seemed to realize something. Today is Valentine's Day? Fu Changding asked subconsciously. Everyone looked at each other, and no one said anything for a while. These martial arts university students did not have the time to fall in love for the sake of martial arts. Those who could get into MCMEU had all put in blood and sweat on the path of martial arts. It's a foreigner's festival. Who cares? Fong Ping did not think much of it. Yang Xiaoman and the other girls, on the other hand, looked enviously at the girls holding the flowers. In MCMU, it was very rare for students to date each other. Fu Changding, on the other hand, was much more romantic than Fong Ping. He ran out suddenly and returned with a bouquet of roses. One for you, one for you. This guy had given one to each of the girls in the club. In the end, there weren't too many girls, so there were still quite a few left. Seeing this, Fu Changding sent another one to the boys. He chuckled and said, "It's a festival after all, so let's have some fun. Today, we won't delay our path of martial arts because of our personal feelings. In the future, when we become successful and famous, we can find any kind of man or woman. Don't be so jealous. Are MCMAU students afraid that they can't find a partner?" Everyone laughed when they heard that, feeling a little less disappointed. Although the couples on the roadside were still showing off their affection, the people from MCMU were also very arrogant. If they were asked to pick a random person, not many of them would do it. Fu Changding joked for a while, then casually stuck the rose on Fong Ping's head. He smiled and said, "Fong Ping, have you thought about what kind of girlfriend you want in the future?" Fong Ping did not take the rose. He stuck the rose he had just received beside Fu Changding's ear. Only then did he reply with a smile, "Someone gentle. They don't have to be very strong, but I hope they'll be martial artists. We'll have something in common." As he spoke, Yang Xiaoman looked at the two of them strangely. She said with a strange look in her eyes, "You two are giving each other roses. Are you trying to be gay? Go away." Fong Ping scolded with a smile and did not continue the topic. He asked, "Have you broken through rank 2? Yang Xiaoman could not be bothered to talk about feelings at this time. She smiled when she heard that, but she said with some reluctance, "If I wasn't injured, I would have broken through a long time ago. But it's not too late now. I'll strive to finish honing my limbs by the end of freshman year. In sophomore year, we'll strive to break through to rank 3. There were 64 bones in the upper limbs and 62 bones in the lower limbs. Whether it was the upper or lower limbs of rank 1, when one entered rank 2, they would need to hone more than 60 bones. There were less than 5 months until the end of freshman year, and less than 7 months until the start of sophomore year. To complete bone honing in this time, they would need to hone 10 bones a month on average, 1 bone every 3 days. With sufficient resources, it was achievable. However, without sufficient resources, it was extremely difficult to achieve this. At least, the number of vitality pills consumed was not a small number. When they entered rank 2 and wanted to replenish their vitality, normal vitality pills were not very effective, so they needed rank 1 vitality pills. Even if they had 1 pill every 3 days and 10 pills a month, that would be 60 rank 1 vitality pills in half a year, selling for 18 million. Moreover, vitality pills were not the only thing they needed. They also needed bone honing pills to accelerate their progress. If they really wanted to cultivate to peak rank 2 within a semester, it would definitely not be enough without at least 20 million. Even 30 million was normal. At this moment, Fu Chanding also lamented, "Martial arts cultivation gets harder the higher you go. When we enter rank 3, we have no choice but to go to the catacombs." Catacombs missions were the fastest way to earn money. Once they entered rank 3, it would be extremely difficult to rely on those daily missions to satisfy their cultivation needs. Therefore, when that time came, they could either enter the catacombs to earn credits or rely on their families to pay for it. After lamenting, Fu Chanding looked at Fong Ping and said, "It's been a month since you broke through to rank 2. How many bones have you honed now?" Fong Ping had entered rank 2 after the championship. Now that a month had passed, everyone was still curious about his bone honing progress. Before Fong Ping could speak, Yang Xiaoman suddenly said, "Zhao Lei has honed 71 bones. You should have more than him, right? 126 bones in his limbs." Zhao Lei had honed 71 bones so far. This speed was definitely not slow. Everyone had earned a lot of credits last semester, so their cultivation progress in the early stages was still very fast. Yang Xiaoman had only broken through yesterday and had not started honing her bones yet. Fu Chanding's progress was about the same as Zhao Lei's. Everyone's breakthrough time was about the same. Fong Ping was only a few days ahead of them. However, he was a thrice-honed martial artist, so everyone guessed that he had honed about 75 bones. Seeing the curiosity on their faces, Fong Ping grinned. $96. How much? Are you kidding me? Fong Ping had only broken through a month ago and had honed 34 bones in a month. Did he really think everyone was an idiot? What? You don't believe me? These days, I've used 10 body honing pills to hone my body and dozens of rank 1 vitality pills to replenish my vitality. You guys know that my vitality recovers very quickly. I've been honing nonstop. Is this speed surprising? But where did you get so many vitality pills? How many vitality pills had Fong Ping sold? Someone gave them to me. Who's stupid enough to give them to you? As Fu Chanding spoke, he suddenly thought of something and whispered, "A grandmaster." Why don't you guess? Guess my ass. Fu Chanding pursed his lips. He was a little unconvinced. Relationships were also supported by others. Fong Ping always wore his identity as a poor student, but he had a grandmaster standing behind him. How was he poor? Zhao Xiumei, who had been quiet all this while, had a complicated look in her eyes. He really honed 96 bones? She had suffered more serious injuries than Yang Xiaoman during the championship and had not fully recovered yet. If she wanted to break through to rank 2, she would have to wait at least next month. Next month, she would achieve rank 2. What about Fong Ping? He honed 1 bone a day. By next month, would Fong Ping be done honing his limbs? The gap between them would gradually widen until it was so big that it could never be caught up. Fong Ping understood Zhao Xiumei's thoughts. He smiled and said, "It doesn't matter if the 3 lower ranks are faster. When I enter the 3 middle ranks, or even the 3 upper ranks, that's my chance to catch up. Wang Jinyang achieved rank 4 before. When I achieve rank 4, he might still be a rank 4. When I become a grandmaster, he might still be a rank 4. That's why, when you're in the 3 lower ranks, you don't have to care about these things. 3 middle ranks, everyone sighed. It was not easy to achieve the 3 middle ranks. Fong Ping was the only one who kept mentioning the title of Grandmaster. After chatting for a while, everyone returned to the university. Fong Ping returned to the dormitory and rested for a while before entering the training room again. These days, although he had been busy building the platform, his cultivation had not been delayed. Fong Ping had also used up 10 body honing pills that he had exchanged from the university. His wealth consumption was even more shocking. This was the reason why he could hone 96 bones in such a short time. Fong Ping sighed helplessly after glancing at the system. Martial arts cultivation was a money guzzler. How much money had those grandmasters swallowed? Wealth, 130,000,000 vitality. 400 calories, 439 calories. Mentality, 380 hertz, 399 hertz. Bones honed. 96 bones, 90%. 110 bones, 30%. From returning to the university on the 4th until today, Fong Ping had honed 26 bones in 10 days. His wealth was close to 14 million. This was because he had been using his vitality to nourish his bones, which reduced his consumption slightly. There were 126 bones in his limbs. At this moment, Fong Ping only had 30 bones left to hone. According to his current progress, he had hopes of completing the honing of his limbs before the end of the month. The prerequisite was that he had enough wealth. Otherwise, he would have to delay it for a few days and rely on himself to nourish his bones slowly. Without wealth, I won't be able to maintain my vitality at its peak at all times. My subsequent cultivation speed will be much slower. If I encounter a crisis, the danger will be even greater. He was used to using his wealth to replenish his vitality. Without it, Fong Ping would lack a sense of security. When that time came, no matter how sharp his saber was, without vitality, Fong Ping would not be able to unleash big moves without fear. Without thinking about it, Fong Ping cultivated for a while more before entering the bathroom and taking a bath. This was not a bath, but money. A bath cost millions. Was there anyone more extravagant than him? The next day, February 15th, Sunday. There were no major classes, but Fong Ping still woke up very early. Today, Lu Fengru was bringing him to MCMEU's elite district. Fong Ping was looking forward to it. By the safe haven, Lu Fengru arrived earlier than Fong Ping. Seeing Fong Ping, Lu Fengru did not say a word. She walked toward the south of MCMAU. The southern coastal area had always been a restricted area for new students. Although they were all in the same university, the management there was strict. Usually, new students were not allowed to enter. Fong Ping followed Lu Fengru. After walking for a while, he could not help but ask, "Instructor, what's in the southern area of MCMAU? You'll know when you get there. It can't be the entrance to the catacombs, can it?" Fong Ping guessed subconsciously. Lu Fengru said lightly, "The entrance to the catacombs isn't in MCMAU, but it's very close. There's also an underground passage in the southern area that leads directly to the entrance. Do you want to go in and take a look?" Cough, cough, forget it. I don't have plans for now. Then don't ask. Lu Fengru ignored him and continued walking. Along the way, they met many instructors and students. When they saw Lu Fengru, the students were fine, but the instructors all greeted her and hurriedly gave way. Their attitude made Fong Ping think that Lu Fengru's popularity in the university was average. After walking for more than 10 minutes, the two of them stopped in front of a large door. The southern area had been artificially separated by the university. There was a tall wall here. Every day, members of the Martial Arts Society patrolled this area, including some of the university's instructors. The wall had a door between the teaching area and the southern area. There were martial artists guarding it. When he saw Lu Fengru bringing Fong Ping over, a middle-aged brawny man with a shaved head laughed and said, "Lu Fengru, is this the new student you accepted? I heard that this student of yours is preparing to challenge Zhang Yu at the end of the semester. His current level is not enough." Lu Fengru said impatiently, "Stop talking nonsense. Open the door. What does this have to do with you?" The brawny man was not angry. He stared at Fong Ping for a while, smiling. As he opened the door, he said, "This kid is improving fast, but the 3 lower ranks and the 3 middle ranks are not the same. There's still hope for him to enter rank 3 this year, but Zhang Yu is rank 4. Kid, when the time comes, you might as well admit defeat, lest you get injured and waste time." Fong Ping smiled and did not reply. Although he did not know this instructor, the fact that he could talk to Lu Fengru like this meant that he was either rank 6 or peak rank 6. There was not much use in bragging in front of an instructor of this level. Seeing that Fong Ping did not say anything, the brawny man said in a bored tone, "Students nowadays are getting more and more boring. Forget it, go in. Next time, you don't need your instructor to bring you. If you want to come, you can come by yourself." "Thank you, instructor. Go on." The brawny man ignored him, leaning on the chair and humming a tune. Hearing that, Fong Ping hurriedly followed Lu Fengru in front of him, crossed the threshold, and entered the southern area of the school. As soon as he entered the southern area, Fong Ping heard the loud sound of waves. Looking up, there were no walls or anything else thousands of meters in front of him. It led directly to the sea. At this moment, Lu Fengru was also standing in the same spot, smiling faintly. "Do you feel that your field of vision has broadened? In MCMAU, the school gate is just a scenery. However, that is a man-made scenery. If you want to say that people really feel small, it's still nature. The magnificent sea, the waves constantly crash against the shore. One day, when humans conquer the sea of stars, when that time comes, the catacombs might not be a threat anymore. Even grandmaster powerhouses dare not say that they have conquered nature." Chapter 178. The southern area was not small. MCMU occupied 30,000 mu, and the southern area definitely occupied more than 5,000 mu. There weren't many buildings in such a big place. There weren't any teaching buildings or dormitories like the other districts in the South District. Apart from the endless coastline, there were some scattered buildings. At this time, Lu Fengru had already walked to the front of a building. She turned around and said, "This is the weapon forging office." "Weapon forging?" "Yes, the forging of alloy weapons." "Do you think they all come from a weapons company?" "Wrong. A large part of it was MCMAU that was self-sufficient. Here, weapons could be forged and repaired. Of course, the school's energy is limited, so we can only satisfy the students' own needs. There were not many students in MCMAU, so most of MCMAU's alloy weapons were forged by themselves. Among them, there were students as well as teachers. The students of the School of Production and some of the older students often came here to do missions. The School of Weaponry is in charge of combat, while the School of Production is in charge of logistics. In the future, when you enter the catacombs and form a team, it's best to bring along a student from the School of Weaponry. They can help the main combat students handle miscellaneous tasks like weapon repair." Fong Ping nodded slightly. He glanced at the building in front of him. This was the Simple Munitions Factory. Lu Fengru did not bring Fong Ping in. She continued walking forward. The second building soon appeared in front of Fong Ping. Lu Fengru spoke again. "Building number 1 in front is where weapons are manufactured. Building 2 was actually more important. This is a war simulation room." Fong Ping looked doubtful again. "Battle simulation room? In the catacombs, almost all technological means cannot be used. Therefore, humans' understanding of the catacombs could only rely on exploration bit by bit. After so many years, humans had also grasped some of the internal topography of the catacombs' entrances, military distribution, and stronghold distribution. In this building, there were maps of the interior topography of the 3 catacombs entrances near Magic City. Of course, we can't go too deep. The catacombs seem to have no limits. Up until now, we've discovered that the world of the catacombs is much larger than Earth. There were a total of 3 catacombs entrances near MCMAU. Logically speaking, with the speed of an expert, it wouldn't be difficult for them to enter from this entrance and come out from the next one. But up until now, we've discovered that if you explore and search in the direction of the ground, it's almost impossible to reach the next entrance. Maybe it has something to do with our inability to explore deeper. Don't ever think that you can walk from one catacombs entrance to the next. Once the catacombs entrance you entered is conquered, then you're dead for sure. The battle simulation room used the topographic map and military distribution map of the 3 entrances as a blueprint for the students of the School of Tactics and Strategy to simulate a battle. In the catacombs, there would sometimes be cold weapon wars like in ancient times. Almost all the students in the School of Tactics and Strategy were reserve officers. When these people enter the catacombs, most of them will follow the main troops. When the need arises, they will take over the troops and command the battle when the officers die in battle. I see. Fong Ping said suddenly. Building 1 is for the School of Production, and Building 2 is for the School of Tactics and Strategy. Are the strongholds of the School of Weaponry and the School of Social Sciences also here? Lu Fengru sneered and said, the School of Weaponry naturally has a stronghold. Let's put it this way. The School of Production is to cultivate logistics talents, while the School of Tactics and Strategy is to cultivate frontline combat officers. Our School of Weaponry, on the other hand, trains the sharpest knife in individual combat. As for the School of Social Sciences, most of the businessmen and politicians graduated from the School of Social Sciences. Why would they need a stronghold? That's why we didn't prepare these for the School of Social Sciences. But it doesn't really matter. Once you're qualified, you can go to any of these schools. All I can say is that the School of Social Sciences doesn't have what they're good at. Fong Ping thought about it and agreed that Lu Fengru was right. Why would the School of Social Sciences need a stronghold? Soon, the two of them arrived at Building 3. This is the cultivation area. Lu Fengru pointed at Building 3 and said, you can think of it as a stronghold for the School of Weaponry students. There are all kinds of combat techniques here. There are middle-ranked, high-ranked, and even mentality combat techniques created by grandmasters. This is the Library of Martial Arts? Fong Ping asked subconsciously. Let me finish. Lu Fengru interrupted him and continued. Combat techniques are actually just a way of using vitality. For us, it's not too important. No matter what kind of combat technique it is, it's all for the sake of greater lethality. There's no need to learn all of them. It's not that the higher the rank, the better. That's why combat techniques are not the main part of this building. What's really important is the energy room. Energy room? Yes. Energy mines are used as a source of power to release energy so that martial artists can get used to the environment in the catacombs. That's not the point. The point is that the energy released by energy mines can stimulate martial artists' vitality flow and speed up their recovery. That's why martial artists have more endurance in the catacombs than outside. Some places are rich in energy, so martial artists can quickly recover their vitality and fight. This is also one of the advantages that martial artists have over normal people in the catacombs. Moreover, it can speed up martial artist cultivation. This is also one of the reasons why many students can achieve breakthroughs in school so quickly. Fong Ping asked curiously, if that's the case, martial artists can actually cultivate faster in the catacombs. Yes, that's true. However, the catacombs are too dangerous. Who would cultivate in the catacombs all the time? Moreover, they can't enter on a large scale. There are still some scattered people who hide in the catacombs to cultivate. Don't get your hopes up, though. In the catacombs, danger lurks everywhere. Even eating is a problem. In addition, the external energy is not very strong. Even if it's faster, there's a limit. It's better to consume pills and cultivate on the surface. Then on our side, MCMU's energy room can release more energy. Of course, it requires credits. It's calculated by the hour, 10 credits per hour. Fong Ping was speechless. This was daylight robbery. In Building 3, other than the combat techniques room and the energy room, there are other cultivation rooms, such as the gravity room, vitality pool. Fong Ping could understand the gravity room, but the vitality pool. Fong Ping asked curiously, what's a vitality pool? It's none of your business. That's the business of middle-ranked martial artists. Do you know the cultivation direction of middle-ranked martial artists? Fong Ping was speechless. How would I know if you don't tell me? The school was still teaching the most basic cultivation direction, focusing on the lower 3 ranks. If the instructor did not tell him, Fong Ping really did not know the cultivation direction of middle-ranked martial artists. Honing the skull, there were 206 bones in the human body and 29 in the skull. This was not a place for martial artists in the lower 3 ranks to cultivate. No, martial artists in the middle 3 ranks cultivate their internal organs. The internal organs? Yes, martial artists in the lower 3 ranks hone their bones. This is only to lay the foundation. Actually, martial artists in the lower three ranks have too many flaws, especially the internal organs. Bleeding from the internal organs is something that many martial artists encounter during battles. However, martial artists in the middle three ranks are different. They cultivate their internal organs. They cultivate their internal and external bodies to a rock-solid state. One can imagine that martial artists in the middle three ranks have much stronger resistance, defense, and explosive power than martial artists in the lower three ranks. When one cultivates to peak rank 6, one can say that the human body has reached its limit. At this stage, martial artists can be said to be indestructible and immune to all poisons. Even if peak rank 6 martial artists die, their corpses can be like the legendary bodhisattvas. Their corporeal body will last forever. Of course, the brain will still rot. As for the cultivation of the skull, one actually has to reach the upper three ranks. At this stage, the human body has truly reached its peak. There are no more flaws in the entire body. The physique is complete. Tendons, bones, skin, and internal organs have all been honed to the extreme. Grandmaster powerhouses can be said to be golden arhats. Firearms developed by science and technology are no longer a threat to them. Unless they are hit head-on by a powerful cannon, there is no hope of injuring them. The skull, brain, and mentality are the cultivation direction of grandmasters. As for how to cultivate and how to differentiate rank 7, 8, and 9, you don't have to go into it now. It's too far away. This was the first time Lu Fengru explained the overall cultivation direction and trend of martial artists to Fong Ping, starting from honing the lower three ranks, to honing the inner body in the middle three ranks, and then to perfecting the entire body in the upper three ranks. This is the true leap of life. Fong Ping exhaled and said softly, "Then are grandmaster powerhouses not considered human anymore? After all, they have completed the transformation from the inside to the outside." Fong Ping could already feel the difference between martial artists in the lower three ranks and the average person. Their honed bones were no longer the pale color of bones. Instead, they had transformed into a jade-like texture. Fong Ping could imagine that the bones of grandmaster powerhouses were probably no different from the legendary golden body. Not only the bones, but every other part of the body was probably the same. Human? Lu Fengru said lightly, "If you think of yourself as a human, then you will always be a human. If you don't think of yourself as a human, even if you have the appearance of a human, you are not a human. Can foreigners be considered the same species as us? They look strange, but if you think of them as humans and they think of themselves as humans, then we are all humans and we are the same species. If you don't think of them as humans and they think of themselves as humans, then we are not the same species. The division of species is just that simple. If someone treats a dog as his son, then the dog is his son. He treats the dog better than he treats humans. At this point, do you still need to distinguish between humans and dogs?" Fong Ping was speechless, but he reacted quickly and said sheepishly, "Instructor, I was asking about the vitality pool just now. He did not ask that much." Old Lu had really broadened his horizons. "Idiot!" Lu Fengru scolded and said impatiently, "I've already said that martial artists in the middle three ranks hone their internal organs. The honing of internal organs is very dangerous and very difficult. The vitality pool is made for martial artists in the middle three ranks. Actually, to put it bluntly, it's a large number of vitality pills that turn into liquid and become a vitality pool. When martial artists cultivate in the vitality pool, they can replenish their vitality at any time. It's also gentler. So dirty. Fong Ping subconsciously thought of bathhouses, public ones at that, and the kind where the water was not changed until it was dry. How dirty? Countless people went in to cultivate. Who knew if someone peed in there? If anyone wanted to drink a little, it would be disgusting. Lu Fengru's face darkened. She said impatiently, "Do you think the vitality pool is a big pool? It's just a name? The vitality pool is used by one person." "Oh, then I might as well buy some vitality pills and turn them into water to soak in the bath." "Idiot!" Lu Fengru scolded again. Her face darkened. When vitality pills turn into water, the vitality force will disappear quickly. The vitality pool is different. The vitality force won't disappear. Is that so? Instructor, what are the raw materials for vitality pills? Why can they be turned into vitality force? Some of the supplementary materials are some herbs that replenish vitality. Of course, the main ingredient isn't. Then the main ingredient is. Why are you asking this? You still want to produce pills? Don't think so much. Lu Finger did not give him an answer. She did not explain why the vitality force in the vitality pool would not disappear. Even though Fong Ping wanted to ask, Lu Fengru had already continued forward. The 3 buildings in front were an eye-opener for Fong Ping. Building number 4. When Fong Ping found out what it was, he had the urge to rob it. This is the Resource Reserve Building. There are all kinds of pills, manufactured weapons, and some precious energy mines. They're all here. The logistics department is just a temporary reserve. It's mainly for rank 1 and 2 students to cultivate. The real high-rank pills are all here, including the instructor's cultivation resources. Fong Ping's eyes were turning green. How much money would that cost? He even wanted to rob a logistics department. Not to mention that there were thousands of middle and high-ranked instructors cultivating here. If he robbed it, he would not have to worry about resources for the rest of his life. Seeing Fong Ping's eyes light up, Lu Fengru said casually, "This place uses the world's most advanced anti-theft equipment. Even the walls and floor are made of alloy. Also, there's a grandmaster from the university who sits here all year round. If you think you can rob it, you can try. I have no objections." Fong Ping laughed dryly. "I wouldn't dare to do that. I just want to go in and admire it. Stop dreaming. Just take a look." Lu Fengru shot him down. They continued walking forward. At this time, there were some small buildings on both sides of the road. There are instructors and students living here too. If you want, you can move here when you've reached the middle ranks. It's quieter here. No one will disturb you. However, I still prefer the shelter. The instructors and students here are all inhumane. No one will talk to you for a month. Lu Fengru made a rare complaint. She obviously thought that these people were too boring. If you did not take the initiative to talk, the students and instructors here would ignore you for a few months. Just like Fong Ping and Lu Fengru. They had been walking around for a long time, and no one had bothered to talk to them. They walked and walked until they reached the last building. Lu Fengru spoke again. "This is MCMU's underground entrance to the catacombs. Go down and walk for about 5 kilometers, and you will reach the catacombs entrance. MCMU students can go to the catacombs through other passageways or this one. The purpose of the passageways is mainly to escape." Escapes? Fong Ping was confused again. There are many people from the military department stationed at the catacombs entrance in Magic City. This passageway is made of alloy. It's made of alloy for 5 kilometers. It's to prevent the other passageways from collapsing during a catacombs riot and trapping people. Therefore, a passageway like this was opened. There are also people from the military department stationed here to guard it. Unless it's absolutely necessary, we usually don't use this passageway. The inspection is more troublesome, and we're afraid that someone will sabotage it. 5 kilometers, all alloy. What grade is it? D class. Fong Ping swallowed. Motherf Astras Kur. I really think I robbed this place. 5 kilometers of D-class alloy passageway. How much D-class alloy was needed? C-class alloy, 20 credits per kilogram. Fong Ping could not imagine how many weapons could be forged from the alloy in this passageway. Actually, MCMU's vice-chancellor went against the majority's wishes and insisted on building this passageway. Back then, the Donglin Catacombs entrance passageway collapsed, causing tens of thousands of people from the military department to be unable to escape. In the end, they died tragically in the catacombs, slaughtered by the catacombs creatures. Middle and high-rank martial artists don't actually need this kind of escape passageway, but normal people and martial artists in the lower 3 ranks still need it. MCMU's vice-chancellor feels that human life is more important than money. At the very least, those normal soldiers in the military department shouldn't have nothing to look forward to. They shouldn't die in vain. Fong Ping nodded, but his mind was slightly adrift. "I brought you here this time to take a look. If you want to come next time, you can come by yourself. The main thing you need to go to is the battle simulation room. At the very least, you need to memorize the topographic map of the catacombs entrance under Magic City. If you lose your way in the catacombs, the result is self-evident. You'll definitely die. Getting lost in the catacombs was no different from dying. There were people like this every year. Fong Ping, however, had a bitter expression on his face. He said gloomily, "Instructor, I'm a little lost. I don't have a sense of direction." This was the truth. He was really a little lost. Once the sun went out, he would not be able to distinguish between north, south, east, and west. Lu Fengru said sternly, "Then you'll have to work harder. I'm warning you, if you really get lost in the catacombs, you'll almost certainly die. Even I won't be able to save you. Why don't you follow the others when you enter the catacombs?" In short, if you can't remember this, your chances of dying will be higher than the others. Fong Ping's expression was bitter. He mumbled, "I think there's a need to invent a positioning system and a mapping system in the catacombs. You can give it a try." Lu Fengru ignored him. She turned around and said, "I brought you here today. You can do whatever you want with the rest. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first." Okay. After watching Lu Fengru leave, Fong Ping took another look at building number 4. That was the resource reserve building. He really wanted to make a big deal. However, when he remembered that there were grandmasters around, as well as high-tech weapons, Fong Ping had no choice but to give up on the idea. It can be seen from afar, but not played with. Chapter 179. After leaving the southern area, Fong Ping finally realized why the southern area was said to be the essence of the university. If the southern area was destroyed, there would be no map of the catacombs, no weaponsmithing place, no resource storage room. MCMU was not much different from a normal university. It was just that it was bigger and had fewer people. The catacombs. During this period, the term kept ringing in Fong Ping's ears. Everything was for the catacombs. Martial arts universities like MCMU were established for the catacombs. Combat teams were established for the catacombs. Giving martial artists special privileges was also for the catacombs. It could be said that a series of changes stemmed from this. Without the catacombs, the existence of martial artists might not even be a problem. After returning from the southern area, Fong Ping did not go there again. He had no credits, so there was no point in going. As the days passed, Fong Ping's wealth decreased. Fong Ping could only seek happiness amidst the pain to comfort himself. At least his bone-honing speed was really fast. Aside from cultivation, Fong Ping had also been studying hard for other courses. For example, survival courses, how to determine direction in the wilderness. He felt that he really needed to listen to more of these courses. At the end of February, for the first time, Fong Ping's wealth was running out. When his wealth fell below 1,000,000, Fong Ping panicked. Wealth, 850,000 vitality, 450 calories, 499 calories. Mentality, 400 hertz, 429 hertz. Bone honing, 120 90%, 86 30%. February had a total of 28 days. Fong Ping returned on the 4th. At that time, he had honed 70 bones. Now, he had honed 120 bones. In 25 days, Fong Ping had honed 50 bones, an average of 2 bones a day. As for his wealth, it had dropped from 26 million to 850,000. He had used 25 bone honing pills, and now he had 3 left. 850,000 wealth, 3 bone honing pills, 6 more bones to peak rank 2, and he had not cultivated combat techniques. At this time, Fong Ping did not dare to use the system to hone his bones anymore. This bit of wealth was only enough for him to hone 2 more bones. Was there a difference between 120 and 122? After money, this bit of wealth is worth saving to save my life. Restoring 1 calorie of vitality required 1,000 wealth. If 1 slash produced 100 calories, that would be 100,000 wealth. 850,000 was only enough for Fong Ping to slash a few more times. He had sold all his vitality pills and was only left with a rank 2 vitality pill. It could be said that ever since he entered MCMU, Fong Ping had never been poorer than he was now. The helpless Fong Ping had no choice but to think about missions again when the company was not making money. In the training room, Zhao Lei said impatiently, "Where's Fong Ping? He asked us to come over, but he's acting all high and mighty. He's nowhere to be found." Fu Changding said lazily, "Don't come." Fong Ping said that he'll beat up whoever doesn't come. "If we meet in a combat class, I'll continue to beat you into a pig's head. Do you dare to not come?" Fu Changding. Zhao Lei's eyes reddened and his face darkened. "Do you think that you can compete with me just because you've honed your bones? Tisk, do you think I'm afraid of you?" Fu Changding was eager to give it a try. Over the past month, his progress had not been slow. At this moment, he had honed 75 bones. As for Zhao Lei, he was about the same. He might be honing 76 bones, but he might not have completed the honing. Young Xiaoman looked at the two men staring at each other cross-eyed and said impatiently, "Be quiet. Fong Ping asked us rank 2 martial artists to come here. What do you think he wants?" At this time, there were not many rank 2 martial artists among the MCMEU new students. Zhao Lei, Fu Changding, Yang Xiaoman, Chen Yunxi, and Tang Songting had entered rank 2 one after another. Zhao Xuemei's injuries had only just recovered. She was 1 step behind and could not enter rank 2. This time, Fong Ping did not look for Zhao Xuemei. Instead, he asked the rank 2 martial artists to gather. As they were talking, Fong Ping walked over. Like a gambler who had lost red, Fong Ping said as soon as he entered, "Now, do any of you still have credits?" I don't either. I still have more than 200 credits." As soon as Chen Yunxi's voice fell, Fong Ping stared at her. After a while, he said, "Yunxi, let's date." Chen Yunxi's face turned red in an instant. "Fong Ping, how could he say something like that? I can even marry into your family. How about getting your family to support me with $1 billion or 800 million? Think about it." Fong Ping. Chen Yunxi stomped her feet in anger. Yang Xiaoman curled her lips and said disdainfully, "Aren't you embarrassed?" "Why should I be?" Fong Ping said angrily, "I'm penniless now. I don't even have a penny on me. I only have 1 rank 2 vitality pill left. I have nothing left. If I don't earn some credits, I won't be able to sustain my normal cultivation. I asked you all to come here today to earn some credits. Those who are willing stay. Those who aren't, I won't force you." Everyone looked at each other. Fu Changding was the first to respond. "I'm fine with it. Actually, I want to do missions too, but it's too troublesome to do it alone. If there are more people, we can do something big. I'm fine with it too." Zhao Lei agreed readily. He said lightly, "I also want to see how you're doing after not fighting for a month and a half." Fong Ping. "I agree. No objections." In the end, Chen Yunxi was the only one who did not say anything. Fong Ping stared at her and said, "Yunxi, what do you say?" Aren't you guys afraid that I'll be a burden?" Fong Ping said disapprovingly, "Your role is to support. If there's a big problem, you'll sponsor some pills out of friendship." Chen Yunxi's expression darkened. "That's all I'm good for?" Yang Xiaoman said impatiently. Fong Ping, can you not be so practical? I'm serious. If we earn, we'll give her a share. If we don't, then there's no need to say anything. Also, I want to say something. I didn't call you all here to split the rewards with me. I've thought about it. I want 30%, at least. Out of 6 people, he wanted 30%, which made the others frown. Zhao Lei said unhappily, "Why? Why?" Fong Ping's vitality suddenly surged. The air above his head was stirring. "Because I'm about to enter peak rank 2. Because my vitality is as high as 500 calories. I asked all of you to do missions together. The minimum is peak rank 2. In the later stages, I'm preparing to take on some rank 3 missions. Can you guys fight against rank 3 martial artists? Therefore, all of you are playing support. I'm the main force, so of course I have to get more. After all, I'm the one who consumes the most and has the highest chance of getting hurt." Peak rank 2. Everyone's expression changed. Zhao Lei said in disbelief, "You're about to reach peak rank 2. This was 2F** King fast. It was even faster than Fong Ping's rank 1 cultivation. He had only entered rank 2 not long ago. Only 1.5 months. This guy was crazy. Fong Ping humphed. Nonsense. I've used up all my resources. I'm surprised I haven't reached peak rank 2. I'm still lacking now. What do you guys say? I want 30%. Do you have any objections? Everyone looked at each other. Then, they silently agreed to his distribution plan. Also, I want to take on a mission from the military department this time. It's a large-scale mission to encircle and annihilate an evil sect branch. Everyone's expression changed again. Yang Xiaoman frowned. Is this appropriate? It's too risky. Sometimes, the information on evil sect branches is not clear. Fong Ping said, this kind of branches resources, money, and pills. Also, there are many martial artists. One sweep of them, it's one of the biggest gains. If we look for normal casual martial artists, we can only rely on mission rewards. How much is that? There are so many of us. We can only maximize our gains by sweeping some strongholds. Once we've wiped out a branch led by a rank 3 martial artist, our gains will start at least from 10 million. Together with the rewards, it won't be difficult to take down a stronghold with 20 to 30 million. How many rank 2 martial artists would you have to kill for 3 to 500,000? How many martial artists have you killed? Also, it's the Catacombs crisis. It's fine if these evil sect martial artists don't resist the Catacombs invasion. They even split up. They deserve to die. Even if they die, they don't deserve any sympathy. On the other hand, if the Catacombs really invades, those martial artists who have committed crimes might resist. That's why I've made the evil sect our main target. These people deserve to die. The reason why I've asked you guys is also because of this. They have a lot of people. It's hard for me to fight them alone. It's easy to cause trouble. How about it? Tell me your opinions. Everyone fell silent. Fu Channing thought for a moment and said, we can do it, but our manpower, it's enough. I've also found a few aspiring martial artists from other clubs. Fong Ping grinned. Aspiring martial artists are cheap. Driving, ordering food, booking a hotel, looking for people, dealing with the aftermath. We can let them do all these things. Our mission is just one word: kill. When the mission is completed, we'll give them some benefits. 30 to 50,000 bucks. These people will go crazy with joy. At the same time, we'll let the other members of the club see that the club does serious business and can also bring benefits to everyone. When he mentioned the club, Zhao Lei and Chen Yinshi did not say a word. Tang Songning asked, Fong Ping, is the Ping Yuan Club still recruiting? You want to join? It looks interesting. If they're really recruiting, I'll join in the fun. Not for now. You're thinking about joining in the fun now. We'll recruit you when you think it's worth joining. Fong Ping rejected him without hesitation. He changed the topic. Also, we can accept some other missions. Recently, some local teams are recruiting trial opponents. We can also form a team and go beat people up. Fighting a match is easy, and we'll earn tens of millions. Anyway, if we don't earn enough this time, we won't come back. Otherwise, we won't have the capital to challenge the president of the Martial Arts Society at the end of the semester. Fong Ping was in a hurry to earn money. The others also hoped to earn some. Chen Yinshi might not be lacking in this, but she did not reject him. All right, that's settled for now. Everyone, go back and pack up tonight. We'll depart tomorrow. I've already found a good mission. It's to clean up a small cult branch in Donglin province. They're all rank 1 and 2 martial artists and some normal people. After a mission, we'll get at least 50 credits or more. It's not too difficult. Donglin is more chaotic. Recently, there have been more traces of evil cultists. It might have something to do with the catacombs entrance in Donglin. Let's earn some money in Donglin, then go to Nanjiang. Speaking of Nanjiang, Fong Ping took a deep breath. In the past, there were almost no missions in Nanjiang. The evil cultists were not active there. Even if there were, they could be cleaned up locally. Now, however, the number of missions in the 3 southern provinces had increased in the mission system. This reminded Fong Ping of Sun City Commander by Jin Shan's words. The next entrance might appear in the 3 southern provinces. What were these evil cultists trying to do? Fong Ping was very suspicious now. These people were active in these places. Could it be that they wanted to lead the way? Otherwise, these evil cultists would not be so active in these places. However, did Ruashi not say that the catacombs creatures and humans could not communicate? Where did these people get the idea to lead the way? Or did they have other motives? Fong Ping could not make a judgment for now. Right now, he wanted to go back to Nanjiang and take a look. If he could clean up some cultists so that Nanjiang would be less affected. No one had any objections to Fong Ping's arrangement. Fu Chanding laughed. Nanjiang, I really want to go and take a look. Oh right, Fong Ping, Nanjiang's Wang Jinyang has been quiet recently. What's he doing? Wang Jinyang. Zhao Lei's eyes were cold. One day, I want to go to Nanjiang Martial Arts University and block their entrance. Wang Jinyang blocking MCMU's entrance was a humiliation to MCMU students. If they had the chance, Zhao Lei and the others would not mind letting Nanjiang Martial Arts University have a taste of their own medicine. However, Wang Jinyang was a rank for martial artist. If he was not rank 4, there was no point in blocking the entrance. If Wang Jinyang did not make a move, so what if MCMU students were invincible in Nanjiang Martial Arts University? Fong Ping glanced at him, too lazy to say anything. He said casually, he's probably cultivating. The last time he went to the catacombs with Qin Fengqing, he seemed to have gotten a lot of benefits. I haven't seen Qin Fengqing recently. He's probably honing his torso. Ignore them. We're not rank 3 yet. Talking about this is nonsense. However, Nanjiang Martial Arts University. If there's a chance, we can go and take a look. Wu Zhihao and the others were there. If they were passing by, they could go and take a look. After discussing matters, Fong Ping did not stay long. He went to the faculty dormitory area to inform Lu Fengru. Zhao Xiumei happened to be there too. When she heard that they were going out, she looked dejected. Lu Fengru had no intention of stopping them. She thought for a while and said, when you go to Nanjiang, you can visit the governor. Old man Zhang has a strong sense of region. If you visit, you might get some benefits. The 3 southern provinces have been quite chaotic recently. If MCMU students are willing to take on missions in Nanjiang, Old man Zhang should at least express his gratitude. Nanjiang Martial Arts University has a lot of students. There are only a few who can be of use. It's not easy for MCMU to pull out a rank 2 team with strong combat strength. So, when you go there, you can be a little more ostentatious. Don't worry about anything. Benefits, Fong Ping only remembered this. He nodded immediately. Zhao Xiumei wanted to say something, but stopped. Lu Fengru interrupted her directly. Xiumei, your current mission is to break through to rank 2. You still have credits. There's no point in going with them. The purpose of doing missions is not the mission itself, but to improve yourself. They've used up all their resources and entered rank 2 now. What are you going to do? Watch the show. If you enter rank 2 earlier, it'll be easy to make a move. In the next few months, rank 2 martial artists may be assigned catacombs missions. When that time comes, there will be so many missions that you won't be able to finish them. Before entering the catacombs, you should become stronger if you can. Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. His premonition had come true. The situation in the catacombs had become serious. Even rank 2 martial artists had to go into battle. I hope things don't get worse so soon. Also, as for the company, when I return from my mission, I'll have to expand. Quickly. I'll try to find some suckers for financing. My wealth needs to keep rising. Having made up his mind, Fong Ping did not waste any time and left the villa quickly. As soon as he left, Lu Fengru said, he's almost at peak rank 2. This kid's cultivation speed is unbelievable. If you don't want to fall behind, you should break through to rank 2 as soon as possible. Next time you fight, be more careful. I'll let you fight, not let you fight to the death. If you're seriously injured and delay your cultivation time, it's suicide. Zhao Xiumei's expression was complicated. Was Fong Ping about to reach peak rank 2? Seeing Zhao Xiumei's expression, Lu Fengru shrugged and turned around to enter the house. Women, they were too simple-minded. Fong Ping was only slightly stronger. Was he tempted just like that? There were too many powerhouses. Chapter 180. Donglin Province. Sioux City. Donglin was adjacent to the Yellow Sea, and its economy was relatively developed. Sioux City was not near the sea, but a gateway city to the central and western regions. Sioux City Grand Hotel. After putting down their luggage, everyone went to Fong Ping's room. Fong Ping waited for everyone to arrive before saying, "I've told you about the mission before. Wipe out some evil sect nests in Sioux City." Nowadays, the evil sects in Donglin are unusually active. Creation Sect, Saint Brilliant Sect, Universal Sect. These evil sects have been spotted in Donglin. I'm saying this to remind everyone not to trust the mission information. The information says that there's a peak rank 2 and several rank 1 martial artists. However, it's not impossible for the evil sect's higher-ups to be hiding if something goes wrong. I'll just say this. If you encounter a situation you can't handle, retreat quickly. Martial artists in the 3 lower ranks can evacuate in an orderly manner. If you encounter a middle-ranked martial artist, run as fast as you can. Middle-ranked martial artists aren't people we can handle. Middle-ranked martial artists, other than their skulls, had completed honing their entire body and reached the stage of honing their internal organs. At this time, their vitality was more than 1,000 calories. As long as they mastered the use of their own strength, they could easily produce a vitality outburst of 100 calories, and even a few hundred cal would not be difficult. If you encountered such a martial artist, you could not break through their defense. They could kill you with brute force alone. Got it? Yang Xiaoman responded lazily. Fong Ping glanced at her and said lightly, "When carrying out the mission, I hope everyone can listen to my orders and not act on their own. Otherwise, when we encounter a crisis, we can only choose to abandon those who caused the crisis because they didn't listen to orders." Yang Xiaoman saw him staring at her and felt a little gloomy, but she did not refute. Wang Chung, contact the Sioux City Military Department to find the mission target. Inform us if there's any news. The rest of you, try not to go out. Okay, Wang Chung responded. The few of them were the club members who had been invited by Fong Ping to participate in the mission. They were all aspiring martial artists. Fong Ping did not let them participate in the mission, mainly for logistics. For 4 people, Fong Ping's price was 3 months a month. When the mission was over, each person would get a normal vitality pill for pills for a total of 12 credits. This amount of credits was not much to Fong Ping and the others. Any rank 1 mission would probably be enough. However, for Wang Chung and the rest, 1 normal vitality pill a month was already an extremely high price. Aspiring martial artists like them did not have access to missions, and even if they did not have the ability to complete them. In school, they could only rely on some daily exams to earn meager credits. Now that they could go out for a month without doing anything dangerous, they could get a vitality pill. They were all very satisfied. The polarization of martial artists was also extremely obvious. Fong Ping and the others were no longer interested in such things. It was difficult to maintain their current vitality with a normal vitality pill every month. After sending everyone away, Fong Ping stood by the window and watched for a while. Sioux City was the gateway to the central and western regions of Eastern Forest. Now a large number of evil cultists were pouring in, and no one knew why. Donglin, Dongwu, and Donghu. These 3 provinces in the east, together with Nanjiang, Nanzhai, and Nanhu in the south, formed the southeastern part of China. The 3 northeastern provinces were adjacent to the 3 southern provinces. Once there was trouble in the 3 northeastern provinces, it would quickly affect the 3 southern provinces. In the face of a great enemy, these evil sect martial artists are still in the mood for internal strife. All of them deserve to die. Fong Ping could not help but curse. He had been attacked by the other party before, and he did not have a single good impression of these evil sect martial artists, no matter how righteous they sounded. With Wang Chung and the rest, Fong Ping and the rest did not need to run around looking for people. That afternoon, Wang Chung and the rest had gathered some information. In Fong Ping's room, Wang Chung said, "Our mission target this time is a small stronghold of the creationists. The leader is also known as the missionary. This missionary is peak rank 2. Within the stronghold, we've detected a total of 3 other martial artists, all rank 1 martial artists. Fong Ping frowned. For martial artists, that's not a small stronghold, is it? Martial artists were not cabbages. There was even a peak rank 2. No matter what, it was not considered small. Wang Chung explained, it was not a small stronghold in the past, but now Sioux City is indeed a small stronghold. According to the military, a large number of evil cultists from the central and western regions have recently poured in. As a gateway, Sioux City has also become an important city for these people. Sioux City's military department, Department of Investigation Services, and Donglin's higher-ups have all started to pay attention and are deploying troops to prepare to wipe them out. However, we're only targeting strongholds with middle-ranked martial artists. For strongholds without middle-ranked martial artists, we're mainly recruiting outside helpers and dealing with them together. After all, the military department and the Department of Investigation Services have other missions. Is that so? There's so many evil sect disciples. Will there be situations where other people will provide support? That's hard to say. What the military department means is that they're following the big leads. Leave the small ones to us. If there's a crisis, we can retreat or hold on until the military department provides support. That's nonsense. Fong Ping shook his head. Martial artists could decide life and death very quickly. There was no time to wait for help. Is the stronghold's address accurate? Have you done any field investigation? I want to take a look in the morning. The door was closed. I didn't want to attract attention, so I didn't dare to take a closer look. However, we sat in the restaurant next door for a while, and there were people coming in and out. Is that so? Is there a lot of people nearby? Quite a lot. Wang Chung explained the situation. After listening, Fong Ping said, there are a lot of people nearby, so it's not suitable to attack during the day. We'll act after 11 at night. There's a back door in the stronghold. Yang Xiaoman and Tang Songting are in charge of guarding the back door. Don't let anyone escape. The rest of you, follow me and break in directly. Zhao Lei and I will be in charge of the peak rank 2 martial artists. Fu Chaning will be in charge of the rank 1 martial artists. Chen Yunxi will be in charge of the normal people. The priority is to kill all the martial artists. Knock the normal people unconscious. Don't bother if they're dead. Chen Yunxi, don't be too soft. Martial artists rarely carry firearms, but not normal people. If you can knock them unconscious, then do it. If not, just kill them. I don't want to be shot in the back when we're fighting with martial artists. Do you understand me? Chen Yunxi was hesitant. Fong Ping glared at her and scolded. That's settled then. Whoever causes trouble will be responsible. Even if the mission is completed, the one who causes trouble will not get a single cent of the reward. Chen Yunxi was speechless. She said gloomily, that's not what I meant. I mean, why am I only in charge of normal people? You're a woman. Don't you like a good mission? But no buts. Obey orders. Fong Ping could not be bothered to argue with her. He forced a plan. Finally, he reminded her again, if there's an unexpected situation, such as an extra rank 2 or rank 3, I'll fight the strongest one. Zhao Lei will be responsible for the one level lower. If you can fight, fight. If you can't, run. Got it? Got it. Everyone answered. Fu Changding chuckled. Don't jinx it. If we encounter a middle rank, we're done for. It's better to be mentally prepared than not. It's not worth it to get hurt. Getting hurt will waste time. Our goal is to earn credits and make money, not to fight to the death. In the afternoon, Fong Ping and the others did not go out. They began to prepare. Late at night, they carried their luggage and left the hotel. In the car, Fong Ping assembled the Feng's widow. Late at night, Sioux City was not as bustling as Magic City. The street lights were dim. Fong Ping, do you think we'll all die one day? Yang Xiaoman asked suddenly. Fong Ping said mildly, can people not die? Grandmasters must die too. You're asking nonsense. Not that. I mean, will we die in a mission one day in the catacombs? I don't know. Are you scared? I'm scared? Yang Xiaoman snorted and muttered. I just feel that this kind of life is different from what I imagined. What did you imagine? Yang Xiaoman did not say anything. She took out a tissue and wiped her gloves. She and Zhao Lei were both using gloves. Chun Yunxi, on the other hand, had a long sword. It looked more like an ornament. In the silence of everyone, the car arrived in front of a building. Wang Chung, who was driving, said in a low voice, "This is the courtyard. There are many courtyards like this in Sioux City. It's convenient for them to do things here." Fong Ping nodded slightly. After looking for a while, he opened the car door and said, "Drive to the intersection we came from and wait for us. Keep the car running." Okay. After Wang Chung left, Fong Ping gave Yang Xiaoman and Tang Sonding a look. They walked toward the courtyard's back door. Fong Ping and the others looked at the front door for a while. After some thought, Fong Ping looked at the courtyard wall and said in a low voice, "Climb over the wall." They were all rank 2 martial artists. It was not difficult for them to climb over the wall. Fong Ping was the first to jump up and climb over the wall. He looked inside. The lights in the house were dim. He could vaguely hear people's voices, but he did not know how many people there were. Fong Ping glanced at the courtyard again and saw a person dozing off by the courtyard door. "There's also a sentry," Fong Ping muttered. He became alert. This was a lesson. He had to pay attention next time. It was not that he had to pay attention to the sentry, but he had to pay attention to whether there were surveillance cameras next time. He had almost forgotten about this. If there were surveillance cameras, wouldn't their movements be exposed? He had never encountered this before, so he did not think about it. Now he had to remember this lesson. He pressed his hand toward the outside of the courtyard. Fong Ping leaped lightly and jumped off the courtyard wall. The sentry by the courtyard door was just a normal person. Fong Ping moved his feet and was already behind him. He stared at the back of the person's head for a while. Fong Ping was in a dilemma. I don't know how to knock someone out. Besides, it's hard to knock someone out with a knock on the head. Fong Ping's actions were not slow despite his thoughts. In the next moment, Fong Ping covered the person's mouth with one hand and punched his head with the other. Thud, a faint sound was heard. The person in front of him went limp. Soon, Fu Changding and the others also jumped over the wall and entered. Seeing that the person had fallen, Chun Yunxi whispered, "Did you knock him out?" "I killed him." Fong Ping was a little embarrassed. The others were stunned for a moment, then had the urge to laugh. As for the person's death, they did not care too much. They had done missions before, and deaths were not rare. After Fong Ping finished speaking, Fu Changding said uncomfortably, "We came in sneakily. There's no need for us to sneak in, right? What do we do now? Assassinate? Isn't this an unnecessary move? We could just kick the door open. It's so easy." Cut the crap. Before Fong Ping finished speaking, the chatter in the house suddenly died down. Then, the door to the house suddenly opened. A figure dashed out quickly, jumping over the wall to escape. "Stop him!" Fong Ping shouted at Zhao Lei. Zhao Lei quickly rushed forward and punched the person's back. At this moment, another person dashed out of the house, also dashing toward the courtyard wall, ready to escape. Before Fong Ping could say anything, Fu Changding quickly chased after him. In the next moment, another person dashed out of the house. At this time, Chun Yunxi also chased after him. Fong Ping did not just watch the show. He quickly blocked the door to the house. Just as he rushed to the door, a saber and a sword suddenly appeared at the door, extremely fast. Fong Ping did not hesitate. He held his Changdao horizontally and quickly blocked. Then, Fong Ping took a small step back and said loudly, "Jinx was right. There are 2 rank 2 inside. Finish off the ones outside quickly." The people who had escaped earlier were to divert everyone's attention. The 2 rank 2 martial artists inside were the real killer moves prepared for Fong Ping and the others. However, their strength was limited. Fong Ping's pole standing had reached the elevated stance. As he blocked and retreated, he had neutralized their killer moves by 70 to 80%. When Fong Ping finished shouting, the 2 people inside had already rushed out. Both of them did not make a sound. They attacked Fong Ping in unison. Fong Ping rarely had the experience of facing attacks from 2 people at the same time. For a moment, he was a little flustered. The others were about the same. It was not that they were no match for them. The ones who had escaped earlier were all rank 1 martial artists. However, these people's main purpose was to restrain them. If they really wanted to escape at the same time, their main goal was to escape. In the past, when they did missions, they were all multi-person missions. Everyone surrounded and attacked. Their goal was always to fight to the death. Rarely did they escape. In the arena, no one would take the initiative to escape either. At this moment, the disadvantage of everyone being novices was suddenly highlighted. Fong Ping blocked while paying attention to his surroundings. He sighed softly. He had made a lot of plans, but when it came to this, it was all a mess. The experience is still too little. The sense of teamwork is also a little lacking. Everyone used to be the team leader. Fong Ping gradually adapted to the two people's attacks. He did not feel too much pressure. He looked around and realized the problem. Everyone's sense of fighting alone was too strong. The person that Zhao Lei was chasing ran in front of Fu Changding. Fu Changding actually took a step back and let Zhao Lei deal with him. He continued to stare at the person he was chasing. The others were about the same. 3 rank 2 geniuses against 3 normal rank 1 martial artists. They were actually entangled for a while. What the F*** CK? Fong Ping could not help but curse. He said angrily, "Don't care who's target. Attack together. Can't you be faster?" Did these 3 fellows not see that he was still blocking 2 rank 2 martial artists? Although they might not be as strong as him, if they were to use big moves, they did not need to consume vitality. They could be killed by surrounding and attacking. Fong Ping did not want to waste what little wealth he had left. When Fong Ping lost his temper, Zhao Lei and the others seemed to remember that he was still being attacked. At this moment, the 3 of them no longer stared at their targets. After a while, the 3 rank 1 martial artists fell to the ground one after another. It was unknown whether they were dead or alive. Of the 2 people who were attacking Fong Ping, one of them attacked with all his might. He forced Fong Ping back and turned to run. Fong Ping did not care about him. He said loudly, "You guys take care of that one. I'll take care of this one. His strength is average. I'll kill him." After saying that, Fong Ping, who had been defending all this while, suddenly pulled out his saber and slashed horizontally while the other person was running away. Clang, clang, clang. A series of sparks sputtered out. Then, in the slightly dark courtyard, there was a poochie sound. Fong Ping used 3 consecutive slashes for the first time. Not only did he break the other party's weapon, but he also cut the person in half at the waist. Ignoring the person who was split in half, Fong Ping looked at Zhao Lei and the others. He said with a headache, "I knew it. A bunch of mobs." Zhao Lei waved his fists and agreed, "Mobs. Their strength is very weak." "I said us." Fong Ping was furious. He said exasperately, "Are the 3 of you kidding me? Can't you have some sense of teamwork? What about taking turns to fight? Attack together." Mother asterisk cur. 3 of them. 2 of them were watching the show, and 1 of them was contributing. They were obviously preparing to fight alone. They were bored out of their minds. The evil sect martial artists this time were not strong. At most, they were about the same as everyone else when they were at peak rank 1. Everyone present was at least a twice-honed martial artist. In terms of vitality, they were not any weaker than these 2. Even so, with 3 against 1, there were still a few people who almost escaped. When Fong Ping started scolding them, the 3 of them worked together. Not long after, the second rank 2 martial artists followed in the footsteps of the first one. At this moment, the courtyard was quiet. Fong Ping glanced at the 3 of them, then looked at Yang Xiaoman and the other person who had just arrived. He said helplessly, "The mission was successful, but this time we exposed too many weaknesses. If we go on a rank 3 mission, at least a few of us will die. Let's look for the things first. After we're done, we'll turn in the mission and we'll have a meeting together." The rank 2 mission earlier was Fong Ping's preparation to gain experience for the rank 3 mission. The results were not ideal. Even he himself had some problems. Chapter 181. In the yard. Yang Xiaoman quickly walked out of the house. There's $50,000 in cash. The rest is gone. After Tang Songding finished searching, he said, 1 rank, 2 vitality pill, 3 rank, 1 vitality pills, 1 rank, 1 bone honing pill, and 9 normal vitality pills. The market price of the elixir is about 3 million. And there's also an intact F-grade alloy blade. The sword is broken, so the price is greatly reduced. Yang Xiaoman complained, can you not break the weapon next time? It can only be sold as scrap metal. Fong Ping's expression was cold. He said, slightly annoyed, 3 rank 2s against 3 rank 1s, and they fought for 2 minutes. I'm being besieged by 2 rank 2. If I don't do anything ruthless, do I expect you to save me? The one on my side is a peak rank 2, and the one on your side is a middle stage rank 2. What was the result? His vitality was inferior to yours, his combat techniques were inferior to yours, and his weapons were inferior to yours as well. It was 3 against 1, and he almost escaped. Also, Yang Xiaoman, were you and Tang Songding idiots? Who told you to leave through the back door? Yang Xiaoman explained, I saw that there was no one at the back door. We can't just watch the show, so I came. Fong Ping said with a headache, what if someone is hiding at the back door? After you guys leave, they run away. Do you know that? I told you to guard the back door. Unless we call for help, you are not allowed to leave. And Zhao Lei, the 3 of you tell me, how big of a problem are you? This is a group mission. What we need to do is to obtain the greatest reward with the smallest price. You guys should have dealt with those 3 earlier. The 4 of us could have attacked the 2 of them together. We wouldn't have ended up like this. I had no choice but to break his sword. Also, the ultimate skill didn't consume HP. With 3 slashes, my vitality will be depleted by 400 calories. I'll need at least a rank 2 vitality pill to recover. Fu Changding was speechless. You're just showing off, get lost. If you hadn't almost let that person escape, would I have been so anxious? Fong Ping cursed. Then he said, this time we've taken down 3 rank 1 and 2 rank 2. We'll probably get 60 credits as a reward. In the future, our credits will be calculated at 30,000 credits per point. In total, the harvest this time, including the long saber and the broken sword, is about 6 million. 6 million. I'll have to use a rank 2 vitality pill, and the 3 of you will have to use a rank 1 vitality pill. That's 6 million. In addition to the expenses on the road and the subsidies given to Wang Cheng and the others, at most, we can get 4 million, and that's according to the market price. I will get 30% of the total harvest, which is 8 million. After deducting my own expenses, I will get 900,000. Is it really that much? Definitely not. Speaking of which, it was quite heartening. He had killed 5 martial artists in one go, and 2 of them were rank 2. Is it worth it to leave behind such a small amount? Even Huang Bin, that poor bastard, had a lot of things on him, even though the mission wasn't worth much. Back then, it was only him and old Wang who split the spoils. But now there were so many people. Fong Ping's earnings from a single mission were definitely not as much as 1 million. This was all considered as additional rewards. Fu Changding and the rest had even fewer. If the additional expenses were counted as 10%, each of them could only take 10%. With a rank 1 vitality pill, they could at most earn 300,000. If it was all like this, then they might as well do rank 1 missions alone. Maybe they could earn more. Zhao Lei frowned slightly. After some thought, he said, we might not be suitable for missions with many people. I think we can do some solo missions. We can go at it together. There's no need for too many tactics. Also, only powerhouses have good stuff on them. These people won't have so many good stuff left behind. When you came to the catacombs, didn't you think about how to deal with battles with many people? Zhao Lei felt a headache coming on. After a while, he said, what do you want to say? Just say it. Fong Ping smiled and said, this is the right attitude to discuss things. What I mean is very simple. When doing missions, don't talk about the spirit of martial arts. Don't talk about one-on-one battles. If you catch them, beat them up as a group. Also, when we encounter missions with many people like this, if someone really runs away, we'll catch the big ones and let the small ones go. Rank 2 martial artists are worth more than rank 1 martial artists. Also, don't aim for individual bravery. Guys, I've said it before. Our goal this time is to earn money, not to challenge ourselves. Maybe you guys don't lack money, but I do. Can you not be so wasteful all the time? Finally, this temporary team of ours is actually a little unsuitable. Everyone looked puzzled. They're all martial artists who fight head-on. This is too limiting. I need a scout, an investigation-type martial artist. Like this time, we actually need a scout to scout the area in advance. Check out the situation and confirm the target and the opponent's strength. Are there any rank 3 martial artists? Are there any surveillance cameras? Also, is the other party the mission target? If I'm not wrong this time, then the person I killed at the entrance earlier might be a good person. Before we confirmed that the other party was definitely our target, Wang Chung and the others did not dare to go near. That's why I said we need a scout. Everyone looked at each other. Fong Ping suddenly looked at Qin Yunxi and said with a smile, "Stop looking. You've achieved the elevated stance in your pole standing and your stepping technique. No one is more suitable than you. How about it? Are you interested?" Qin Yunxi was a little reluctant, but she was too embarrassed to refute him. She looked at Yang Xiaoman as if asking for help. Yang Xiaoman coughed softly. Just as she was about to speak, Fong Ping said, "Don't talk about me. I'm the main force. I need to conserve my energy and prepare for a tough battle." Yang Xiaoman heard him and shrugged. She looked at Qin Yunxi helplessly. Unless Qin Yunxi could replace Fong Ping's position, letting Qin Yunxi be the scout was indeed the best choice. Qin Yunxi was slightly helpless. She nodded and said, "Okay. That's why I suggest you learn more about this when you go back to school. Really, I think this path is quite suitable for you." Qin Yunxi ignored him and lowered her head to look at her shoes. Qin Yunxi will be in charge of scouting. Tang Songting and Yang Xiaoman will continue to be in charge of the periphery. Zhao Lei, Fu Changding, and I will be the main force. If we encounter an opponent, leave the strongest one to me. Leave the weaker ones to Zhao Lei. Fu Changding will be in charge of cleaning up the small fries. Whoever finishes off their opponent first, remember, don't just watch the show. Go up together and clean up the small fries on the periphery first. Then we'll finish off the main target together. We don't want to get hurt, and we don't want to use too much vitality. Yang Xiaoman and Tang Songting, unless it's necessary, keep guarding the periphery. Just as Fong Ping finished speaking, Yang Xiaoman said unhappily, "I have to keep guarding the periphery? Why should I?" "Because you're no match for the 3 of us." Yang Xiaoman was slightly unconvinced. Fu Changding said happily, "I've honed 5 more bones than you." Zhao Lei crossed his arms and said mildly, "Me too." "You guys," Yang Xiaoman was reluctant. Fong Ping said with a headache, "Isn't the periphery important? If we encounter reinforcements, you guys will be the first to bear the brunt. Also, those who can escape from us are not weaklings. It can be said that your mission is more difficult and dangerous. It's settled then. 6 people is just right. The other 4 will be in charge of logistics. They can be in charge of handing over the missions and handling the spoils of war. A team like this can complete the mission with the fastest efficiency." Hearing him say that, the others no longer objected. The only one who was slightly unhappy was Qin Yunxi, but Fong Ping did not care about her. Scouts died the fastest, didn't they? If he did not know that she was rich and had a lot of life-saving pills on her, Fong Ping might not have let her do this. In Sioux City, Fong Ping accepted 3 missions for the team to get used to each other. After 3 missions, Fong Ping and the others cleared 3 strongholds. There were more than 10 martial artists, and they were quite famous in Sioux City's military department and Department of Investigation Services. Everyone knew that a team of rank 2 martial artists from MCMAU had come to Donglin for a mission. It did not seem like a one-off mission. Sure enough, Fong Ping and the others rushed to another city in Donglin and started accepting missions. The frequency was very high. In half a month, Fong Ping and the others went to 4 cities in Donglin and accepted 12 missions. From peak rank 2 at the beginning to the 12th, Fong Ping and the others had already started accepting missions to achieve rank 3. March 16th, Donglin Provincial Capital. Gold City. Fong Ping exhaled softly and said contentedly, I'm finally peak rank 2. In this half a month, he did not use the system to hone his bones. He mainly relied on his own vitality to nurture it and use some wealth appropriately. After spending half a month, he finally finished honing the remaining 6 bones. Wealth, 6000000 vitality, 480 calories, 515 calories. Mentality, for 20 hertz, 439 hertz. Bone honing, 126 bones, 90%, 80 bones, 30%. He had accumulated 6 million wealth, more than 5 million more than the 850,000 he had before he left. This was not Fong Ping's total harvest. In fact, after more than 10 missions, Fong Ping had obtained medicinal pills worth as much as 10 million. In addition, Fong Ping had also obtained 80 credits. His total harvest was more than 12 million. His wealth had also increased by more than 10 million, but a part of it was used for combat supplements and daily cultivation. After cultivation, Fong Ping took a shower, left the room, and went to the hotel's coffee shop. In the coffee shop, Fu Channing and the others were already waiting. When they saw Fong Ping, they hurriedly gave him a questioning look. Fong Ping nodded slightly and smiled. Peak rank 2. Fu Channing said hurriedly. Then should we accept the peak rank 3 mission? Fong Ping pondered for a moment and said, It's not difficult for the 6 of us to accept some missions for martial artists who have just achieved rank 3 and have not honed their torsos. However, peak rank 3 is for martial artists who have completed honing their torsos. So what? So what? Fong Ping said impatiently. That means the other party's vitality is close to 1,000 calories, and they have fewer vital points. If we can't beat them, it'll be hard for us to escape. Yang Xiaoman curled her lips and said, Then why do you want us to come to Gold City? Isn't it for that peak rank 3 mission? 2 days ago, Gold City issued a new mission to hunt down a peak rank 3 martial artist. The mission reward was extremely high. A typical peak rank 3 martial artist would at most be rewarded with 100 credits or the equivalent in cash or resources. However, this time, Gold City not only gave a reward of 5 million, but also a piece of energy mine. It was too much to say that it was a piece. The information stated that it was 5 grams. Fong Ping asked Lu Fengru. Energy mines were not for sale. The government did not allow external transactions. However, there were many people who entered the catacombs. Some people obtained them accidentally, while others traded them privately. 1 gram was worth about $1 million. This thing was extremely precious. For martial artists, energy mines were more effective than vitality pills. They could be used to replenish vitality, hone bones, and break through. Fong Ping had entered peak rank 2 and wanted to break through rank 3. If he could get his hands on this small piece of energy mine, his chances would be much higher. Catacombs martial artists cultivated using energy mines, which had much fewer impurities than pills. A peak rank 3 martial artist offered a reward worth close to 10 million. There were many people who were interested. This mission was not limited to one team. Gold City gave an open mission, and anyone could take it. It all depended on who found the person first. Fong Ping originally said that he wanted to go to Nanjiang, but he suddenly brought people to Gold City. Everyone guessed that he had his eyes on this mission. You can say yes, but you can also say no. Actually, I just want to see if there's an opportunity. These few days, I heard that many people are looking for that guy. He might have already run out of Gold City. It's not that easy to find him. If we can really find him, there are a lot of middle-rank martial artists in Gold City, even grandmasters. Whoever meets him can be killed with one slap. Until now, no one has found him. I'm afraid that it'll take too much time. And even if we find him, we might not be his match. So, right now, whether to accept it or to look for him, I haven't made up my mind yet. After saying that, Fong Ping added, Also, Gold City offered such a high price just for a rank 3 martial artist. Did you guys find out why? A few of them shook their heads. Zhao Lei thought for a while and said, I have a classmate at Donglin Martial Arts University. I saw him chatting in the group 2 days ago. This time, the wanted person seems to be a researcher from a research institute. Zhao Lei said softly, I heard that it might be because the research institute found something. Someone offered him a sky-high price and hired him to steal research materials. This guy took a risk out of desperation and was discovered in the end. But at that time, the people from the research institute were no match for him, and he escaped. Now, the company behind the research institute is not satisfied, so they issued a mission through the Gold City government. Your classmate knows about this too? From what he said, Donglin Martial Arts University is also one of the investors behind the scenes. Some of the Research Institute's personnel are even Donglin Martial Arts University instructors. So now, some of Donglin Martial Arts University's elite students are also looking for the other party. After completing the mission, Donglin Martial Arts University will have even greater benefits. The other party stole the materials? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Otherwise, the mission would have stated that we have to get the materials back. If that was the case, the other party wouldn't have made it public. I suspect that they want to establish their dominance, and at the same time warn the party who offered the bait. These big forces are all like this. It's not good to have a direct confrontation, so they use this method to warn the other party. Zhao Lei shrugged indifferently. This was the normal state of confrontation between the big forces. The other party dared to let someone steal the research results of Donglin Martial Arts University and a few other forces. Their strength was definitely not weak. Right now, Donglin Martial Arts University and the others were not doing anything. They just gave the other party the title of a wanted criminal and offered a high price. This way, the person would definitely die. This way, they would not have a direct confrontation. At the same time, they would also warn their own people that if they had money, they had to be alive to spend it. This was probably the result of both sides restraining each other. Otherwise, if they really had a direct confrontation, it would not look good in the end. It's a pity that we can't find the person, and even if we did, it would be difficult to make a move. The other party is just a researcher. We might still have a chance. Fong Ping, do you accept it? I want to make a trip to Nanjiang. We've wasted too much time now. Fu Changding suggested, let's spend 3 days looking for the person. If we can't find him, then forget it. If we find him, then we'll give it a try. The other party is a peak rank 3 martial artist. Right now, the reward is as high as 10 million. When he ran away, he must have brought all his belongings with him. A peak rank 3 martial artist would not have a few rank 3 pills on him. The researcher's actual combat ability is not strong. This deal might even cost tens of millions. Moreover, there's so many of us. We've done more than 10 missions and all of us have improved. It's time to practice. The most outstanding batch of MCMAU's new students ganging up on a non-combat researcher. Although he's 1 rank higher than us, are we not his match? If he's not twice honed, then he's thrice honed. If that's the case, then we're 2 useless. Of the 6, 4 were twice honed, and 1 was thrice honed. Fong Ping was peak rank 2. The others had honed more than 75 bones. Tang Songting was slightly weaker. Even a rank 3 should not be afraid of such a lineup. Fong Ping saw the eagerness on everyone's faces. After some thought, he nodded and said, all right, then we'll find number 20. If we can't find him by the 20th, then we'll go to Nanjiang. We'll take on a few missions. I'll go home to take a look. Sure. They were all eager to try. In the previous mission, they had teamed up to deal with a new rank 3 martial artist. In the end, they had only honed their limbs and had not honed their torso. Fong Ping's vitality was higher than his, and his bone honing progress was higher than his. Because Fong Ping was thrice honed, the progress of his other bones was stronger than his. When they met the other party underestimated Fong Ping. In the end, Fong Ping did not find it more difficult to deal with a peak rank 2 martial artist. He quickly took care of the other party. This made Fu Changding and the others feel a little disappointed. They did earn a lot of money, but it was far from what they had expected. They did not have the chance to fight to their fullest, so they could not fight to their heart's content. After doing missions for half a month, most of their time was spent on the road. They could not stand the loneliness. Now that they had encountered a peak rank 3 mission with a high reward, everyone was naturally excited. Fong Ping was actually tempted. Currently, his wealth had only reached 6 million. It was rare to see a mission with a reward that was equivalent to 3. Even if he encountered it, he would not be afraid of the other party. They discussed for a while. Fong Ping accepted the mission, then arranged for Wang Cheng and the others to look for him. In reality, Fong Ping also knew that the possibility of finding him was extremely low. Chapter 182. After accepting the mission, Fong Ping and the others did not leave Gold City. In the meantime, they even took the time to meet Chun Jiaxing of Donglin Martial Arts University. MCMAU and Chun Jiaxing did not have any entanglements. Chun Jiaxing had lost to CCMU twice. MCMU defeating CCMAU was actually avenging them. Fong Ping and the others actually quite admired Chun Jiaxing. The Chun family all died in battle in 1996. In 1996, there was a large-scale riot in Sino Nation's catacombs. The garrison forces everywhere were tense and could not help at that time. As the situation in Donglin was too bad, Old Master Chun gritted his teeth and brought his entire family to the battlefield, finally dying in battle. In that battle, Old Master Chun single-handedly fought 3 rank 7 creatures in the catacombs. If it were not for the Old Master holding the 3 powerhouses back, the garrison outside the perimeter might have been broken through. If these creatures were allowed to enter the ground, it would be dangerous. Many martial artists died in that battle. However, grandmasters dying in battle was extremely rare, even in Sino Nation. After so many years, grandmasters dying in battle was not unheard of, but it was even rarer for them to bring their entire family to die in battle. Perhaps Chun Jiaxing could not bear to leave this land that his fathers had protected with their sickness. Even though he had already become a martial artist before Gaokao, he still chose Donglin Martial Arts University in the end. Everyone was actually not too familiar with Chun Jiaxing. They came out for a cup of tea, chatted, and simply asked about the rank 3 martial artist deeds. Everyone quickly dispersed. Chun Jiaxing was a little sad that Fong Ping and the others dared to accept the mission of a peak rank 3 martial artist. He did not regret staying in Donglin Martial Arts University. He just felt that he was too useless. During the championship, he was a rank 2 martial artist. Until now, he had only honed 75 bones. Compared to Fu Chongding and the others, he was actually 1 step behind. He was not a twice-honed martial artist, so his cultivation progress was slower than Fu Chongding and the others. Coming out of the tea house, Fong Ping shook his head. I don't think we can find him. Donglin Martial Arts University has used the government's resources, but they still couldn't find him. That guy must have escaped Gold City. Strictly speaking, the other party was just a commercial spy. Hence, the arrest warrant was only effective in Eastern Forest. The military headquarters and Department of Investigation Services in other regions would not spend a large amount of manpower and resources to search for a commercial spy. Therefore, as long as they ran out of the area of influence of Donglin Martial Arts University, their safety would be greatly guaranteed. Under such circumstances, the chances of finding them in Donglin were extremely slim. Fu Chongding said regretfully, "What do we do now? I want to go to Nanjiang. Do you have any objections?" Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Zhao Lei's eyes lit up as he said, "Can we invite Wang Jinyang to meet us? You want to fight him one-on-one?" Zhao Lei's face darkened as he said dryly, "I just want to take a look. Only an idiot would challenge him one-on-one. That would be courting death. Let's see how it goes. Brother Wang seems to be cultivating recently. I wonder if he has time." No one had any objections to going to Nanjiang. Over at Nanjiang, it had been more chaotic recently. Moreover, Nanjiang had other exciting things to watch now. Rivertown had recently organized a martial arts competition, and local teams from all over the country had begun to participate. If he went to Nanjiang now, he could still watch the show and see the level of martial arts in Nanjiang. Since no one had any objections, Fong Ping decided on the itinerary. He would go to River City first, then to Nanjiang Martial Arts University to see if he could meet Old Wang. Then, he would visit Governor General Zhang to see if there were any benefits for him. After that, he would do a few missions and watch the martial arts competition. Finally, they would return to school, and Fong Ping would go to Sun City to take a look. After completing the missions in March, everyone would have to settle down in school for a while. They would not be doing missions in the short term. March 20th. As Fong Ping had expected, he could not be found. They had no choice but to leave Gold City and rush to their next stop. Walking around and seeing more of the missions would also help increase their knowledge. Staying in Gold City for a long time was not in line with everyone's expectations. The car drove along the highway toward River City. The distance between Gold City and River City was not too far. It was about 300 kilometers. It would only take 3 hours on the highway. So where do you think Pan Xiaoyang went? Fu Chaning was still a little dissatisfied. They had wasted a few days without even seeing a shadow. Who knows? Donglin Coastal. He might have escaped by sea. Even if he didn't, transportation is developed now. Donglin isn't a closed area. If he ran out of Donglin, where would he find him? Unless he's wanted nationwide, sigh. Fu Chaning sighed and said, Fong Ping, you're peak rank 2 now. When will you break through to rank 3? We'll see. If we don't have enough resources, we'll be useless even if we achieve rank 3. If that's the case, it's better to stay in rank 2 for now. That way, we can use less vitality. Also, I haven't continued cultivating combat techniques. My strongest vitality outburst is less than 150 calories. 150 calories outburst is less than 1/3 of my current vitality. Strictly speaking, it can only be considered a killer move. It's far from the ultimate move. Peak rank 3 martial artists have close to 1,000 calories vitality. As long as they master their own strength, their vitality outburst can reach 100 calories. Mastering a killer move, even if it's the most basic one, is an outburst of more than 200 calories. Once you master an ultimate move, 3 to 400 cal vitality in one move, say, now that I've achieved rank 3, if I meet a peak rank 3 martial artist who has mastered an ultimate move, will I still be the same as now? Someone who can only take one move? According to the definition of a peak rank 3 powerhouse's 1,000 calories vitality, mastering a move with 100 calories vitality outburst was equivalent to mastering strength. A vitality outburst of 200 to 300 calories was the mastery of a killer move. 300 calories and above meant that they had mastered an ultimate move. If a move with an outburst of 500 calories and above, such martial artists were almost invincible among their ranks. The premise was that these people did not meet the same martial artists. Fong Ping's current maximum outburst power was only considered a small fry among rank 3 martial artists. Any random peak rank 3 martial artist who had mastered an ultimate move could kill him in one move. We can't even be a bystander. Everyone sighed again. Comparisons were odious. Fong Ping had only spent 2 months to go from peak rank 1 to peak rank 2. This speed was too shocking. Fong Ping thought it was normal. Old Wang seemed to have only spent about 3 months in early 2008. In January, he had barely broken through to rank 2. When Fong Ping met him in mid-April, he was already peak rank 2. By May, he had already reached rank 3. In October, he entered rank 4. From rank 2 to rank 3, he spent 3 months. From rank 3 to rank 4, he spent 5 months. If Fong Ping wanted to enter rank 3 now, he could. However, from rank 3 to rank 4, he had to hone 51 torso bones and prepare resources for a breakthrough. 5 months might not be enough. River City, Nanjiang's provincial capital. This was Fong Ping's first time in his life coming to River City. Nanjiang Martial Arts University was located in the suburbs of River City. Although it was in the suburbs, it was still very prosperous because of the existence of a few universities. Nanjiang Martial Arts University looks terrible. Yang Xiaoman had no filter. When she saw the main entrance of Nanjiang Martial Arts University, she said casually. As soon as she said that, someone next to her suddenly snorted. A loose tongue can cause trouble. If you weren't a woman, you'd be bedridden for at least a few months. Yang Xiaoman glanced at the person, pursed her lips, and said nothing. The other party was not a martial artist, an aspiring martial artist. An aspiring martial artist like this wanted her to be bedridden for a few months. If this happened in MCMAU, the situation would be reversed. However, standing in front of someone else's school and saying that their school was terrible was fine. If someone heard it, Yang Xiaoman was not interested in picking a fight. Fong Ping and the others smiled apologetically. The person snorted and left quickly. After he left, Fong Ping said impatiently, "Can you shut up? Are you here to cause trouble?" "I was just saying." I didn't ask him to listen. Besides, I didn't even say anything just now. Yang Xiaoman said gloomily, "I'm a rank 2, okay? I'm already being magnanimous after being taught a lesson by an aspiring martial artist. Besides, what I said wasn't a lie. It does look terrible. Just shut up. If a grandmaster hears you, he'll kill you with one slap. We won't plead on your behalf." Yang Xiaoman shrunk her neck. NMU was a full-time martial arts university. The vice-chancellor of a full-time martial arts university was usually a grandmaster powerhouse. They did not continue the topic. They stood at the entrance and watched for a while. Soon, Wu Jihao's figure appeared. As soon as he saw Fong Ping, Wu Jihao jogged over, laughing. "Fong Ping, you guys actually came to NMAU. What a rare guest. You said you were at the school gate. I thought I heard wrong." TSK, the champion team of martial arts universities is here as well. "It's an honor." Fong Ping scolded jokingly. "Don't give me that. I have something to do in Nanjiang this time, so I dropped by to take a look." "How about it? Can we go in for a walk?" "No problem. Just say you're my classmates later." Wu Jihao chuckled and led them inside. When they reached the entrance, Wu Jihao said a few words to the old man in the guardhouse. The old man looked at Fong Ping and the others, nodded, and gestured for them to enter. After Fong Ping and the others entered, the old man muttered thoughtfully, "The new students from MCMAU? 1 peak rank 2 and 5 rank 2s. If it weren't for Wang Jinyang, NMU wouldn't be able to compete." At this moment, there were less than 50 martial artists among the new students in NMAU and less than 5 peak rank 1. There was only 1 rank 2 Baiyin. However, Baiyin was still a long way from peak rank 2. He might not even reach peak rank 2 by the end of his freshman year. Baiyin was the face of NMU's new students, but MCMU had a whole bunch of rank 2 martial artists. Fong Ping and the others naturally did not know what the old man was talking about. At this moment, they were strolling around NMU's campus with Wu Jihao. After watching for a while, Fong Ping suddenly said, "NMU and Donglin Martial Arts University have some differences." To be fair, when Fong Ping met Chen Jiaxing earlier, he had also stood at the entrance of Donglin Martial Arts University for a while. Donglin Martial Arts University's students reeked of blood and anxiety compared to NMAU's. Wu Jihao was slightly dissatisfied when he heard that. He said, "Everyone's about the same, right?" "Maybe. NMAU said they wanted to reform, but I think the results are average. There are too many students in NMAU." "Too many students?" Wu Jihao complained weakly. NMAU has less than 5,000 students. "How can there be that many?" "Yeah, less than 5,000 students, but the school is filled with students strolling around." This was the reason why Fong Ping said there were too many students. In MCMAU, out of 6,000 students, half were not on campus. In NMAU, 5,000 students were less than 1,000 outside, maybe even less. This included the group of seniors. In Nanjiang, there were no catacombs entrances, and there were not many missions. There were many now, but there were very few people who could accept them. In the huge campus, less than half of the students who passed by NMU were not martial artists. Those who were martial artists were mostly rank 1. Fong Ping did not meet a single rank 2 martial artist. There was no need to even mention rank 3. Of course, Fong Ping's goal was not to hurt Wu Jihao. He said, then sighed softly, "I didn't feel it before, but now I realize that powerhouses are always strong. Old Wu, work harder. If you don't, you'll be left behind even further." Wu Jihao was a little confused. He roughly understood what he meant, but he did not know why. Fong Ping only thought of MCMAU's atmosphere, which was different from NMAU's. In MCMAU, everyone treated becoming a martial artist as a common thing. Only rank 2 could be a little proud, and rank 3 was everyone's goal. Rank 4 was a prodigy, and rank 5 could be fantasized about. However, in NMAU, many students' goal was to become martial artists after graduation. Not choosing NMU back then might have been the right choice. It was not easy for Wang Jinyang to become a powerhouse in such an atmosphere. Speak of the devil. As Fong Ping was thinking about Wang Jinyang, old Wang walked over from afar. Along the way, all the students he met avoided him. Seeing old Wang, Fong Ping was a little surprised. He walked up to him and smiled. "Brother Wang, how did you know I was here?" Wang Jinyang smiled faintly. "The old man at the door told me to keep an eye on you in case you guys do something bad." Having said that, Wang Jinyang glanced at Fong Ping, then at the others. Suddenly he laughed. "All rank 2. Not bad." Beside him, Wu Zhihao was stunned. "All rank 2? Are you interested in playing something interesting?" Zhao Lei raised his eyebrows. "President Wang means it's simple. Didn't I choose MCMU's same-rank students back then?" Many MCMU students were not satisfied. With pressure and motivation, many of the rank 1 martial artists back then are now rank 2 or even rank 3. Many of them are peak rank 3. I think I'm still contributing to MCMAU. Of course, you guys won't be satisfied. Didn't Fong Ping think there are too many people in NMU just now? I think so too. But usually, it's not very effective to rely on our own supervision. Since you guys are here, if you don't mind, do us a favor and let NMU students taste the taste of humiliation. NMU students don't feel much about losing in the championship. NMU only sent one person to fight anyway. Everyone lost, not just NMAU. How about a rank 2 battle with NMAU like the championship? Fong Ping frowned slightly. "Brother Wang, this isn't appropriate. Besides, if you get hurt," Wang Jinyang smiled. "1 rank 2 vitality pill per person. That's too little. If you win NMAU, 3 pills per person." Wang Jinyang pressed his hands together. "NMU's conditions are limited. This is already the limit. Besides, don't you guys want revenge at all? In the championship, the one who defeated NMAU's by wasn't you guys. Now, I'm asking NMAU's same-rank martial artists to challenge you MCMU geniuses. Don't tell me you guys don't dare to accept? You know, when I was in MCMAU, a rank 1 defeated a rank 2. Before Fong Ping could speak, Zhao Lei said with a sharp look, "I have no objections." Yang Xiaoman grinned. "I think it's quite interesting." Fu Changding shrugged and said playfully, "Actually, I don't mind letting a few rank 3s play with Fong Ping." "Fong Ping, what do you think?" Fong Ping glared at him and looked at Wang Jinyang again. Wang Jinyang smiled faintly. "How about it? If you agree, I'll help you once for free if you're in trouble in the future, no matter who the enemy is." "Brother Wang, is this necessary?" "It's necessary." Wang Jinyang's tone was solemn. NMAU's reform, or the mentality of martial arts students, should change. The 3 Nansen provinces will no longer be peaceful. Fong Ping understood what he meant. If even Bai Jinshan could see it, how could the higher-ups of Nanjiang not know? However, the mentality of NMAU students could not be changed with just a few words. Moreover, it was not good to tell the public about the catacombs. "Then we'll be the bad guys?" Wang Jinyang smiled. "Not necessarily. If you lose, you won't be the bad guys. You'll be the shame of MCMAU. You have to win. If you really lose, you'll be lectured when you return to MCMAU." "Lose?" Fong Ping was all smiles. "Brother Wang, if you don't do anything, I can defeat the NMU students." "Tis TSK, you talk big. You're good, kid." Wang Jinyang was not angry. He grinned. "All right, I'll make the arrangements now. We can still pool together 5 peak rank 2 martial artists. Don't waste time. I'll see you tonight at the NMU Martial Arts Society. Also, I'll invite the 2 grandmasters, Governor General Zhang and Vice Chancellor Liu, to watch the battle. At the same time, NMU students can come and support us. You don't mind, do you?" "So serious?" Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. There were not many grandmasters in Nanjiang. 2 high grandmasters and thousands of NMU students would come to watch the battle. This was not a small matter. It's time to let people know NMU's determination to reform. 5 peak rank 2 martial artists can't win against 5 MCMU new students. What right do they have to ask for resources? What right do they have to shout that they want to become stronger? What right do they have to fend off Nanjiang's possible crisis? Governor General Zhang and Vice Chancellor Liu are still too soft. If it's up to me, I'll throw them all to the ground once they become martial artists. If they die, then so be it. Only by staying alive can they become stronger. Wang Jinyang's tone was awe-inspiring. Ever since he suffered the biggest failure of his life in the Tian'an catacombs, Wang Jinyang had completely understood that this world was truly one where the strong preyed on the weak. Martial arts universities were still too soft in nurturing their students. This time, it was not a sudden impulse to let the NMU martial artists challenge Fang Ping and the others. He already had a plan. Fang Ping and the others just happened to be there. If he could not make the NMU students work hard this time, he had other methods. It was very difficult for aspiring martial artists to become martial artists. Without resources, it was indeed difficult to cultivate. But without resources, they had to earn. Aspiring martial artists could not earn money. As long as they had the heart to become stronger, nothing was impossible. What NMU lacked now was this kind of vigor. When he was an aspiring martial artist, there was no one to support him. That was why his cultivation was very slow. No matter how slow it was still much faster than others. After entering rank 1, he immediately started accepting missions and running around. When he was at peak rank 1, even if no one encouraged him, he was prepared to find a way to earn enough pills for a breakthrough. In the end, it just so happened that martial arts universities had such a need. Wang Jinyang, did not hesitate and immediately agreed. Step by step, he entered rank 2, rank 3, and now rank 4. It was not his first time escaping death. Many of the NMU students and martial artists were hiding in school now, doing nothing. Now that someone had come knocking on their door and trampled on their face, if they still could not awaken, then why waste resources? They might as well nurture martial artists like Bai Yin, one of whom could replace 100. Now that the entrance to the catacombs might appear in Nanjiang, the future would be even more dangerous. There were not many resources to begin with. If these students did not put in more effort, when would they? Wang Jinyang came quickly and left just as quickly. Fang Ping glanced at the others. After a while, he said, "Inform MCMU that if you lose, all of you will be beaten up when you go back." Fu Changding said sheepishly, "Aren't you the same?" "Nonsense. I'm about to reach rank 3. How can I be the same?" Wu Zhihao, who was standing at the side, was dumbfounded. Was he listening to a heavenly book? Wang Jinyang suddenly appeared and challenged Fang Ping and the others on behalf of NMAU. He even invited 2 high grandmasters to watch the battle. Now, Fang Ping suddenly said that he was about to reach rank 3. If this was not a dream, then what was? Was he hearing things? Or was he dreaming? Chapter 183. In the hotel, everyone was about to call their respective schools when Fang Ping suddenly said, "I'll make the calls." Everyone looked at him suspiciously, but Fang Ping ignored them. After some thought, Fang Ping dialed Tang Feng's number. Tang Feng was the leader of the freshman instructors. "Mr. Tang, speak." As usual, Tang Feng's tone was calm, and he did not waste any time. "Our team came to Nanjiang today to take on some missions. We stopped by Nanjiang Martial Arts University on the way." "Yes." Then Nanjiang Martial Arts University's students provoked us, saying that MCMEU was not as good as NMAU, and that they were wiped out by Wang Jinyang. After that, NMAU's Martial Arts Society president, Wang Jinyang, took the initiative to show up and issue a challenge to us, requesting that 5 of NMAU's peak rank 2 martial artists fight us in a friendly match. His words were rather contemptuous of MCMAU. "Fight?" "No." Fang Ping paused for a moment. Then, with a troubled look on his face, he said, "Instructor, we've thought about it. In order not to destroy the friendship between the 2 schools and not to embarrass MCMAU, we've decided to reject it. We're still freshmen. The other party is 5 peak rank 2 martial artists. How are we supposed to fight them? If they lost, MCMU would not be able to face anyone anymore. Although NMU took the initiative to issue the challenge, we're still freshmen. Even if word gets out, it's not a big deal. We've already proven MCMU's strength by winning the championship. There's no need for us to do something so strenuous and unrewarding. They deserve to win. MCMU was the strongest. If we lose, then we'll lose more than we gain. Even though NMU has been provoking us, Fu Changding and the rest were dumbfounded. Was that really the situation? It seemed like what Fong Ping said was not entirely false. So it's just that some of the NMU students have gone a little overboard. An aspiring martial artist actually dared to bully Yang Xiaoman, looking down on her and even saying that she would be bedridden for a few months. His words were extremely vulgar. Really, if it wasn't for the greater good, I wouldn't have endured it either. Instructor Tang, we're reporting this to you. We hope that through the school's level, we can help suppress this matter. NMU's current atmosphere is very bad, and the Martial Arts Society is adding fuel to the fire, saying that MCMU students don't dare to accept the challenge. Tang Feng shouted coldly. After a while, he shouted, "Fight! What do you need? Just say it." Teacher Tang, you've misunderstood me too deeply. Really, Fong Ping, am not spouting nonsense. You can ask Yang Xiaoman and Zhao Lei yourself. Yang Xiaoman, you were looked down upon by NMU's aspiring martial artists at NMU's gate. I'm not lying, am I? Fong Ping turned on the speaker and glared at Yang Xiaoman. Yang Xiaoman looked embarrassed and said, "Yes, there is such a thing. Zhao Lei, Wang Jinyang mentioned a few times that we should be grateful to him for sweeping through MCMAU. You were there? Is that true?" The corner of Zhao Lei's mouth twitched, feeling somewhat helpless. He did not know whether to laugh or cry as he said, "Really?" Tang Feng did not speak on the other end of the line. Fong Ping said, "Teacher Tang, Fong Ping, might exaggerate things if I'm alone, but would your two students team up with me to fool you?" At this moment, Tang Feng's tone was much colder. He said, "What's your purpose in calling me? NMU has already set up an arena in the NMU Martial Arts Society. Tonight, NMU's Vice-Chancellor, Nanjiang's governor, and 2 grandmasters will be there to watch the battle. All 5,000 NMU students will be there, whether we fight or retreat, or if MCMU sends other students to fight. It's all up to the school. If we have to fight, even if we're weak, we'll fight to the death. We won't let MCMU lose face. If worst comes to worst, we'll fight to the death and not retreat." Fong Ping's last sentence was vehement and passionate. Tang Feng, however, knew his personality. He said through gritted teeth, "Tell me, how many pills do you need to ensure that we'll win?" 50 rank, 2 vitality pills. There was a slight silence on the other end of the line. 50 rank, 2 vitality pills, according to the market price, was 35 million. Fong Ping felt that this was not a high price. After waiting for 2 seconds, Tang Feng roared, "Do you really think I'm an idiot? You guys caused trouble outside, and you want the school to pay for it all. What a good plan. 20 rank, 1 vitality pills, 5 rank, 2 vitality pills. That's it. If not, I'll ask the school to arrange for another team to go to Nanjiang." Fong Ping rubbed his ears and mumbled, "Teacher, as a teacher, it's not good to swear in front of students, right? Moreover, this has nothing to do with us. You said that it has nothing to do with the school's honor? We'll just fight it out. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. The ones who'll lose aren't our own people. We're just new students who've been enrolled for less than a year. Stop talking nonsense. That's it. We'll definitely win this battle. I'll inform the dean and ask him to rush over in the afternoon to prevent any mishaps from happening in Nanjiang." Tang Feng hung up immediately, not giving Fong Ping a chance to talk nonsense. As for asking the dean to come over, it was not to guard against the 2 grandmasters, but to provide some protection for the freshman prodigies of MCMAU, who knew what NMU was thinking. If they crippled these few MCMU prodigies, the level 08 prodigies of MCMU would be completely cut off. After hanging up, Fong Ping complained, "The school is so stingy." No, it's Lion Tang who's stingy. They're only giving 20 rank, 1 vitality pills and 5 rank, 2 vitality pills. Less than 10 million. We're risking our lives for the school's honor, and they're only giving us these things. How can they expect us to win? Everyone else was stunned. Zhao Lei mumbled, "They could do that." He had never thought that he could scam a sum of money from the school. Fong Ping, on the other hand, had managed to get Tang Feng to agree to sponsor some pills, although it was not as much as Fong Ping had said. But it was already quite a lot. Okay. It was worth close to 10 million. Even if it was divided equally, each person would get quite a lot. It was comparable to the reward of a peak rank 2 mission, or even a lot more. Some poor rank 2 bastards needed a few missions to get that much. What did this mean? They had taken the initiative to accept the challenge. Now, they had to go even if they did not want to. But from Fong Ping's words, it seemed like everything was different. Fong Ping ignored him and continued to scold. Lion Tang just doesn't like me. I've known for a long time. NMAU is so poor, yet Old Wong still offered 3 rank 2 vitality pills per person. 15 rank 2 vitality pills. The enemy's support for us is greater than the school's. Tell me, is there anyone who does things like this? If Lion Tang does this again, we'll go to CCMAU and challenge a rank 1 martial artist, then admit defeat. Let's see where MCMAU can put its face. That's enough. Yang Xiaoman rolled her eyes and said exasperatedly, "If you're not afraid of a group of grandmasters and middle-rank martial artists ganging up on you, go ahead and do it. Don't drag us into it." Fu Chaoning did not know whether to laugh or cry. He said, "Now I kind of understand why you earn money so quickly." He only needed to say a few words to inform the school. And the result? The result was that everyone had a lot of extra rewards. Fong Ping did not complain anymore. Instead, he stared at them and said with a threatening gaze, "Lion Tang said that I called him Lion Tang behind his back. I'm afraid only the few of you would snitch on me. I'm warning you, next time Lion Tang gives me trouble because of this, I'll give you trouble." The few of them were speechless. Zhao Lei said exasperatedly, "Show some respect to the instructor. We've never said anything bad about Instructor Liu." "Nonsense. Do you dare?" Fong Ping said in disdain. Then, he returned to the topic at hand. "Don't talk about these useless things. There are 5 people fighting, and there are 6 of us. Tang Songting and Chen Yunxi, who will fight." Tang Songting glanced at Chen Yunxi. After some thought, he said, "Chen Yunxi, I'm not peak rank 2, and I'm not twice honed either. My vitality and bone honing can't keep up. If I meet a peak rank 2 martial artist, there's a high chance that I'll lose." Fong Ping looked at Chen Yunxi. She was a little indignant and said angrily, "Can you stop questioning me? I'm not as useless as you think." "Then it's up to you." Fong Ping also knew that Tang Songting was right. He had no advantage against a peak rank 2 martial artist. The chances of him losing were too high. As for Chen Yunxi and the others, although they were not peak rank 2 martial artists, their vitality was strong. Their bone honing progress was at 20%. Over at NMU, it was extremely difficult to gather 5 twice-honed peak rank 2 martial artists. It was even hard to say if there were 5 twice-honed martial artists in NMAU. After confirming the participants, Fong Ping said, "This time, NMU wants NMU students to feel humiliated and work hard. Usually, the participants won't be too strong. Of course, they won't actively seek defeat. After all, they're peak rank 2 martial artists. Everyone should be careful. Also, Wang Jinyang isn't an idiot. He said it like that. He paid the price of 15 rank 2 vitality pills. It's impossible for him to let us win easily. If NMU can win against us, it's actually a good way to boost morale. So, everyone must be 120% vigilant. Also, I forgot to ask, tonight's competition is best of 5, or is it a round-robin system like the championship? If it's a round-robin system like the championship, it'll be much easier for us. After all, the NMAU students don't understand our team." Old Wong had run away so fast that Fong Ping and the others had forgotten to ask about this. Zhao Lei said with a determined expression, "No matter what the competition system is, it doesn't matter if you're strong." Idiot Fong Ping could not help but curse. Following Lion Tang, did he not like to use his brain anymore? Zhao Lei was a top scorer not only in martial arts but also in cultural studies. In the end, A student who excelled in both the pen and the sword had almost become a single-celled organism. After some thought, Fong Ping still made a call to ask. There was some commotion on Old Wang's side. It seemed like he was also choosing his team members. After hearing Fong Ping's words, Wang Jinyang laughed and said, "Let's adopt the championship system. Let the powerhouses have more opportunities to perform." After confirming the competition system, Fong Ping did not ask any more questions. It was already noon. There were only a few hours left until nighttime. Facing 5 peak rank 2 martial artists, they still had to prepare what needed to be done. Fong Ping did not think that they really had victory in their grasp. At the same time, NMAU, they're too much. Did you hear that? Magic City Martial Arts University. 5 new students want to challenge NMU's 5 peak rank 2 martial artists. Their opponents are all freshmen. Freshmen? Challenging peak rank 2 martial artists? Yes, it's the team of new students who participated in the championship last time. I heard they're all rank 2. F***CK? So fast. Hey, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Right now, a few of MCMU's freshmen are challenging us seniors. If NMU loses, won't we become a laughingstock in martial arts universities? They can't win. Even if they're rank 2 martial artists, they've only just broken through. Then what if they win? Even if we're worried, there's nothing we can do. We can only rely on those peak rank 2 seniors. Tonight, let's go and cheer for our seniors. They're already being bullied. What's so great about MCMU's people? Listening to everyone's discussion, Tan Hao whispered, "Are you sure it's really Fong Ping and the others?" Wu Zhihao rolled his eyes. He was speechless. "Why would I lie to you? I was there." President Wang suddenly came. As soon as he arrived, he took the initiative to mention the challenge. Then, Fong Ping and the others agreed. "I'm still dizzy. Tell me, who should we cheer for? Also, can Fong Ping and the others really win against peak rank 2 martial artists?" The few of them looked at each other. Tan Hao said bitterly, "We're all human. They've already started challenging peak rank 2 martial artists. If we compete," the few of them fell silent. There was no way to compete. They were considered to have made faster progress. Now, their vitality had reached the limit. All of them had 150 calories vitality. It was not impossible to break through to martial artists now. However, once they entered a martial arts university, how many of them would be willing to break through with 150 calories vitality? The few of them continued to nurture their vitality. Even if they could not reach 180 calories, they had to be higher than 150 calories based on this progress. They would only consider breaking through when they entered their sophomore year at the end of the semester. Once they became martial artists in their sophomore year, the subsequent bone honing would not progress as quickly. Achieving rank 2 before graduation was everyone's goal. Now, Fong Ping and the others had achieved rank 2 long ago, and were even moving toward rank 3. For a moment, their faces were full of bitterness. MCMU's championship team challenged NMU's peak rank 2 martial artist team. The news spread quickly. Soon, everyone in River City's martial arts circle knew about this. The governor personally watched the battle and even brought a large number of Nanjiang martial artists to attend. Originally, it was just an internal exchange among martial arts university students. Now, it was given a lot more meaning. It was said that Governor Zhang was increasingly dissatisfied with Nanjiang's martial arts atmosphere. At this time, if NMAU's senior students were defeated by MCMEU's new students, then the entire Nanjiang martial arts world might experience some changes. If NMAU really lost, Governor Zhang might come up with an even more radical reform plan. When that time came, no one knew whether it would be good or bad. For a moment, the martial artists who heard the news focused their attention on this match. Sun City's commander, Bai Jinshan, also received the news. When he found out that Fong Ping was leading the team to battle, Bai Jinshan's feelings were actually very complicated. Were young people's growth so fast? Peak rank 2. Was rank 3 still far away? Sun City is really going to have a monster. And 2 of them, Bai Jinshan mumbled vaguely. Not long after, Sun City's Department of Education. The director of the Department of Education patted Fong Mingrong's shoulder warmly and gave him a few words of encouragement. Fong Mingrong was completely at a loss, and he became the deputy director of the office. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.